I do have can you just read the team? You just told me that it's a new policy of the team. Apparently other teams do it on the road. They might say push down, but they won't say push down. So anyway, we're live there. So the center, if we're ever talking about him, for the Raiders, is just in Waters. I mean, if he's doing a good job, snap up, he's a terrible mistake. We're going with
Holy smokes, it's Matt Paisley.
How's it go, boss? Hoping for a good one. That's all I'm doing.
Way to get the camera on you, Matt.
Put it on there. Time is from Hill. So the anchor for the defense for the other team is Brody Taylor. He's in his 5th year. He had 4.5 sacks last year. And he also had 26 tackles. And he's ranked number 11 in the top 50. That's a little short right there. Everything is ominous right now. All right, so you can have this, sir. I just want to view us your little statties. This is my cheat sheets for the Raiders and the Huskers. One's on defense, one's on offense. Just hope I don't butcher this to start.
You're good, buddy. You're good.
See the first couple plays out of the way here. Here's our cheat sheet.
Yes. Ways of working.
These are extra ones of this, right?
Yeah.
4-8. You're in wireless ring. Let's turn it up a little bit. You don't display on?
Oh, I don't mind them.
You're on 4-8.
And bring up your old Valley Huskers! Now, if you can remove your hats, we have a moment of silence for a former Husker player. Eddie Barrett recently passed away as an active scavenger. He was a true leader, a great teammate, and an outstanding young man. Thank you very much. And now, the singing of our national anthem by our very own worship is Jerry Gates.
Woo! Thank you. If you could please stand and remove your hats. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us demand. With glowing hearts we see
Exhibition Stadium here in Chilliwack as the BCFC season about to get underway. It will be your Valley Huskers entertaining the defending Cullen Cup champion, the Vancouver Island Raiders. Well, Matt, a new year, lots of new faces for us and the fans to learn, some exciting ones though, and I want to start with the man behind pivot for the Valley Huskers, the quarterback Julian Wittink, and they're expecting some big things from this big man.
Well, I've heard some good things about him. He stands at 6'3", 210 pounds. That's a big guy at quarterback there, but I also heard that he can throw like 100 kilometers an hour type thing too. So I don't know, they might be pumping him up a little bit too much, but I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Some other key additions for the Huskers in the backfield / linebacker. It's nice when local stars decide to stick around, and Vaughn Richardson could play a key role on both sides of the ball.
Well, I watched him play with G.W. Graham, and he's one heck of a football player on both sides of the ball. Whether they have him running the ball at fullback or playing linebacker, he moves bodies either way. The other guy that they got coming back here is Liam McCormick, playing left tackle for him. He was out at Queen's University, I do believe.
University of Waterloo, close.
Waterloo, there we go. And he's come back to work on his craft and put some size on, and he's going to play a season here with the Huskers.
Some other key additions on offense outside of the line. You're looking at the running back, and the Huskers have struggled the last few years at running back. Let's not kid ourselves, but Remy Teshovio has been a key addition from the University of Manitoba. He's a little scat back, can also catch balls out of the backfield. And of course, Keegan Vickland, they're excited about him. Played with Team Canada, winning a gold.
Well, and Keegan's an excellent running back, but when he's all you got, people tee up on him pretty quick, right? So to give a little misdirection, a little, keep the defense honest, really. Keegan had a good showing there down in Mexico for the Team Canada, and then now to come back here and bring what he's learned and how he's grown. I mean, last year I was really excited about Keegan to start the season off, and then the first game he got hurt, and it took him a while to get back going again. So I'm really excited to see him come out of the gate strong here.
A couple of other key additions up front, and look for the lanky receiver Poulin working outside. He'll wear number 2, and they're very excited about number 85, Anthony Dick. Both of them University of Manitoba products, both of them with some chemistry going back to the University of Manitoba days with Julian Wittink. So excited to see what the Huskers can do on offense. We know on defense, they had some brilliant moments led by number 1, Desmond Jeanson, who is ranked fairly high on the JFL, the top 50 coming into this campaign. Number 39 for them, the top-ranked Husker, and he's in the backfield. Had 3 interceptions last year, and they're excited about his growth coming into this year. Well,
and someone's got to step up to fill the holes of the guys that are gone out from last year on defense, and we're really hoping Jeanson can fill those holes.
So it will be the Raiders kicking off. As the referee settles things down, slight breeze blowing, 29 degrees in the Chilliwack sunshine. Raiders in white with black and red, the defending Cullen Cup champions, kicking off to the Valley Huskers, hoping for an exciting new chapter this season. And the ball was picked up and moved up the sidelines quickly, and a nice return, still on his feet. Finally brought down by number 9, Josh Robinson, with a nice return.
Well, Robinson, the ball kind of bounced funny on him, and he gets it, and he looks to his right, and he sees all the white shirts, but there's a wall of black shirts to his left, so pivot left. There we go. Josh Robinson turns and comes the other way, gets around a nice big block, couple big blocks there, turns up the sideline, makes one guy miss, second guy's able to bring him down pretty good, though.
Robinson, another key addition, number 9 on the defensive side. Looking for some big things from him this year as Wittink, with his first offensive snap, sets back and looks overhead. He's got the man, and he's got just shy of a first down on a passing play for the Huskers.
Well, it's number 17, Jacob Penner, catches that. And we saw some good plays by Jacob Penner, I think last year he was here. And right here, he just settles down, gives the quarterback a big target, gets in front of the defense, picks it up. Doesn't get much more yardage after that, but it's enough for, not quite enough for a first down.
Just shy. 9 yards on the play. A handoff now, and that hole is stuffed rather quickly by the Raiders.
But Keegan gets the pitch to go outside here, and I think he saw a hole and he went in it, but the door shut fairly quick on him. He gets the pitch, turns upfield here, tries to cut back to the inside, and number 90 for the Raiders was able to wrap him up and take him down, Garrett Beardy.
So -1 on the play, and they're going for it. 3rd and 2. Whittink and the offense in the gun. Now he'll slide up under the center. The big man barrels ahead, should have enough for a first down. The Huskers bench signaling so.
Well, and it was a sneaky play here. They line up in the gun, and the defense thinking, step back, they're going to throw. And then he walks up under center, takes the snap, and just pushes himself forward. Great job by Whittink to get in there and get those yardage that he needed.
It looks like he actually picked up about 2 on the play. So the Huskers keep the drive alive. Starting their season with a nice 9-yard pass to Penner. Whittink now will stay in the gun. 1 in the backfield, 3 receivers to the left. Doesn't matter. Big hole opens up and the Huskers barrel ahead. Might be enough for a first down.
Well, and here's Keegan Vicklin, the speed and the elusiveness of Keegan Vicklin right here. He gets the draw handoff and takes off up the field, runs north-south so well, drops a shoulder and runs 2 guys over, but it's the 3rd guy hanging around his waist that bring him down.
And the offensive line, led by the likes of Moore and McCormick, doing a nice job of opening up those holes. Whittink flanked by 1, steps up, looks far side, he's got the man open. Pass complete. Brought down at about the 34-yard line.
It was number 85, Anthony Dick on the catch there. Love this here. Whittink's not thinking touchdown, he's thinking up the field, up the field. Let's get the ball just up the field. One of the things you see way too much is the quarterback they're so impressed with their arms, they want to throw 30 yards. We don't need 30 yards of play, we need 10. We need 5, 10 yards of play.
Big pickup there for the Huskers. Whittink, 2 for 2. Steps back and he'll test his arm again under pressure. Takes a hit.
Oh.
And then a massive hit on the pass. Once again, number 85, Dick, back-to-back catches.
That was 83, Stokes.
Or 83, pardon me.
Nathan Stokes here, comes across the middle, gets a little drop-down pass before he gets absolutely lit up by number 51 on the defense, Matthew Cox. But is enough to get the, a 3rd and manageable right now.
Whittink now flanked by 2 in the backfield, receivers in motion. On the inside, there's a handoff instead, and some hard yards. I don't think he has enough for a first down.
Well, number 23, Vaughn Richardson, we talked about him earlier there, and I don't think he got enough. He turns it upfield properly here. He gets the handoff and turns it upfield nice and quick, but he just ran into a wall of white. And it looks like it's big number 90, Garrett Beardy, one more time, making this tackle in the hole.
So the Raiders will go to work on offense now, led by the man ranked number 8 in the CJFL, top 50, Jacob LeBurge. 3rd-year pivot for the Raiders, defending champions, who say they are bigger, stronger, and faster coming into this year. Last few years, they've gone with the 1st and 2nd-year players, and under Doug Hawking now, and the 3rd and 4th-year guys, lots of experience. Key additions from University too. Never a easy task playing a team that's won 9 championships in 13 years.
Well, they've got an O-line. Travin Weasel Traveler is ranked number 41 on the CJFL top 50. So, they got a good line in front of that quarterback.
And now a bit of a bobbled snap, and the quarterback still on his feet, and then he is brought down.
Number 26, Daniel Mills takes him down there. And a great little run here by LeBerge. He does the read option, but keeps the ball and takes off for a run right away. And it's not until Mills gets across there, wraps up his legs, and takes him down.
Doesn't matter though, the play was offside, I believe.
Well, so we're going back 5 yards, eh?
So nice break for the Huskers.
Well, you know, and it was nice in that first drive by the Huskers there, because last year, their opening drives, they'd make good progress on the first down, but then something would happen on the second down, and then they'd punt. They actually got a couple first downs. They marched the ball down the field, and now, you know, the Raiders are getting the offside and moving backwards.
They're starting out on the 29-yard line. LeBurge looking to the air, lots of pressure, feels the heat, tracked down and taken down. A big sack by number 92.
Jace Harden. Jace Harden is a Chilliwack legend. He's been playing Giants out here since he was knee-high to a grasshopper. And now he's playing for the Huskers, and he's showing why he's here. Gets inside. First, the Bears makes a move on him, and then Harden comes back in and brings him down.
The ball on the 22, that's a loss of 7.
Oh, now we got a flag on the play.
Was it after the whistle? Huskers looking pumped, and so yeah,
another procedure play. So
right now, I'm sure Coach Doug Hawking and company not enjoying this start to the season.
Well, you know, it's second and a new postal code is what we got going on here. What are we about 26?
Second and 25 right now is what they've got to go. They do have lots of good weapons, though. North Rainey, the receiver, watch for him. They'll go to the air. Ball up for grabs, and it's intercepted.
Nope, dropped.
Dropped at the last moment.
And that's Jeanson. We were talking about him earlier, and he needs to make plays, and he just made a huge play there. You don't necessarily want to intercept that ball. At second, it's going to be 3rd and 25, so they're going to punt, right? You intercept that ball and you're 50, you know, your punt could be better than that. They can get in the backfield and mess up that punt, or they can be getting this ball on the 5-yard line.
Great coverage on the play.
Fabulous. Goes up. And number 83 for the...
That was Eli Nelms Horton. Well, they're going for it. Or pardon me, no, the punt it. Kind of a squibble punt. Should be a no yards flag.
Yeah.
Picked up by number 26, Daniel Mills, one of the key new additions on the defensive side of the University of Saskatchewan.
Yeah, no, well, he's coming back because he played in 14 and 15, and he's coming back for his last year here.
Rookie of the year on the defensive side for the Huskers.
He's got no yards on number 42 who made the tackle, Ethan Morin. So that ball's going to march forward more from that spot there. So that's right around where Jeanson would have picked off that ball. So I'm thinking, you know, they're further ahead. They did better with the punt.
So kick it off from inside the Raiders 40, where Julian Wittink and the offense will go to work, spreading 2 receivers to each side. Bring out one of the running backs to block. Wittink now goes to the air. He's got the man, and he catches it. And falling out of bounds on a nice play, number 2, Brandon Poulin with the reception.
You were talking about him earlier there, and he made a great catch coming across here. And it gives Wittink someone to throw to, and he comes across, gets the ball, and just slides right out of bounds.
So 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4. Good sized crowd here at Exhibition Stadium. Raiders always travel well with their fan base. Lots of optimism though here in Chilliwack as Wittink once again spies his man, kind of juggles it, stays on his feet, barrels ahead on a nice play. Keegan Vickland with the reception.
Well, and that's Keegan Vickland. He isn't going down easy. He's gonna take a couple of hits, batter around a bit, but I don't think he picked up too much more yardage there after the catch. And it's going to be short of the first down. It's number 7.
A gain of about 1 on the play, it looks like.
Jevhan McNally Hardesty making the stop.
So it's a new error, and Coach Hamadi going for it. Wittink looking, Scott the man throws it, but the bullet slips in and out of the fingers of the intended receiver. Poulin, and so that one will come up, and that is the first incomplete pass for Julian Wittink.
Wittink gets it in here, and he tries to thread the needle. He's got defenders on either side, and it's hard to see it at that speed, but there was a very, very small window for him to fit that in there. Very small window. And he comes across the middle here. It's there. I don't know. It looks like he gets some hands on the back there, too, giving him a shove just as he is about to catch it, but...
Reminder of this game brought to you by the British Columbia Football Conference. You can watch every game's live stream or on demand. Visit bcfctv.com. LaBarge and the Raiders offense now go to work. Defense meets the receiver as soon as he catches it. Number 18 for the Raiders, Alex Bonnet-Plume.
Well, number 1, Jeanson, and number 25, Montour, made a sandwich out of him quite quickly, wrapped him up, and made sure he wasn't going anywhere. Picked up still about 7 yards on the play.
So the ball started on the 36, 7-yard pass, 2nd and 3. LaBerge now under center. Tristan Waters, the man in the middle. LaBerge holds, and he is caught down on a fingertip tackle by the Huskers, number 55.
25, Montour again.
Montour, Easton Montour, back-to-back plays.
Well, and Montour here gets a hold of, it's either his shirt hanging out or his towel hanging out. Kids at home, tuck it in. If they can get a hold of you, oh no, it was his arm. It was the sleeve on his arm. Got a hold of that off arm and just dragged him down by that sleeve. You don't want to give him anything to grab out there.
So the play calls for the Raiders so far, 4 of them have involved LaBerge attempting to run. Nice soaring kick. Scooped up by the Huskers, trying to cut outside, wrapped up by a sea of white, and they are driving him back to Yarrow.
Well, it was number 21, Remus Toshivo, that gets the ball here, and he comes, big booming kick by number 41. And he gets the ball here, and he starts heading up the field, but he's unsure of which way he's going to go. He comes a bit to his left, and then thinks, oh, I'm going to go to my right, but you just got to pick a direction on these punt returns and drive yourself as far forward as you could. Picked up a few yards, but he could have done better.
Nick Hunchak was the man who punted that beautiful soaring kick as the Huskers go to the ground, and they will come up shy on that first attempt.
Well, they
loss of 2.
They handed it to Vicklin. And number 79, Doyle Westland, met him about 2 yards in the backfield and just said, no, you're not going anywhere on this one. He had some help on that with number 51, Matthew Cox, but it was Doyle Westland making the big play there.
Shot of Coach Corey Hamadi in this new offense. Lots of new toys to use. Over the middle, he'll spy a wide open receiver. First down and some change. A nice pass from Wittink. Caught ably by the man you mentioned a moment ago, number 21, Remus Toshivio.
Remus Toshivio catches it in stride and does a great job tucking the ball away, getting low, and it's not until number 6, Sean Arabski, is able to take him down hard.
Ball all the way up to the 42-yard line. Wittink now looks, throws it, he's got the man open, and he's caught it! Inside the Raiders half. Quick little play there over to number 2, Brandon Poulin.
Great passing catch by Poulin, Wittink to Poulin, but wrapped up nicely by Aribski to bring him down. Here we go. Wittink gets the ball up in the air. Poulin's in stride running, and there's Aribski coming across and just takes him down cleanly. Great job, great football play there all around.
All the way up to the 31-yard line. They'll go to the ground, and that one read oh so ably. Number 98, Brody Taylor, 5th-year man with the tackle in the backfield.
Well, yeah, and that's once again Remus there, number 21, gets the ball, and Taylor is on him before he can even pick a direction to run on this one.
So a big 2nd and 10 here for the Huskers driving, trying to reach the promised land. Woodtink now looks, sees lots of pressure, almost intercepted. Stretched out on the nice play. Tyler Hill had it slip through his fingers.
Well, interesting here. Okay, so we watch. He's trying to hit Remus on the crossing pattern here, and he sees the guy, buys as much time as he can to get Remus over there, but Remus never actually makes it. He's sitting on the ground back here, and the defender, number 20, is making it. Tyler Hill's making a dive on the ball, and I'm curious what happened there to bring that receiver right out of that play.
Early in this game, though, Huskers showing some proficiency to do it through the air, on the ground. Now the lineup for a large, long field goal is Breslin out of UBC. Kick is up, the kick is good, however, a flag. And did they draw them offside, and will the drive stay alive?
Well, they drew them offside, but it's only going to be a 5-yard penalty, so it's only going to go 5 yards up from where they are, so it'll be a closer field goal.
Breslin, though, showing a nice leg there.
Yes, very nice leg.
And that sometimes can be a bit of a secret weapon, Matt, is you have a good kicker. Not a lot of junior teams have great kickers.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing, but you watch, if you watch the replay here, the issue is that they didn't get much pressure.
So penalty on the offense, they're calling.
And Coach Reese is questioning that because you saw the defense move, but I'm thinking they were drawn offside. So the defense jumped.
So you know what, though? I think Breslin's going to go for it again.
Well, why not? If it worked once, might as well do it again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Spencer Breslin. Raiders showing the heat. Kick is up. Kick is through.
That's wide.
But it's wide. Raiders look to return it out of the end zone, and the Seas open up. Finally brought out of bounds. So break there for the Raiders on the missed field goal. An unfortunate play, Matt, as the first kick went through, but didn't count.
Yeah, wide left on this one, just a little bit to the left. Oh, there's a flag coming out here now, too. So it comes up the sideline, number 29, who is Jeremy Cheng, gets up the sideline, gets taken out of bounds cleanly, but then there's some pushing and shoving in the sideline by the Raiders. Number 19, Tanner Dola got stuck in there, it was Spencer Breslin, the kicker, got stuck over there, and he got pushed around a bit. So they're going to give him an unsportsman on the Raiders and move him back. Move him back 15 yards.
So they will start, it looks like, at about the 20-yard line, will the Raiders. But boy, Cheng, some great speed at 5 interceptions last year for the Raiders.
Wow.
In their championship run.
He's got some quick wheels, get up around that outside like that.
Burge fakes a handoff, throws a screen outside, got it complete, but then mowed down. Number 18, Bonnet Plume with the catch.
And you got number 49, Dawson Davis, comes over and cleans up here. I didn't get the first, I think it was the corner out here, Jeanson, that wraps him up. Yeah, Jeanson comes down and
he's even being held from behind, and he still managed to.
Nope. Number 10, Simon Winsneys, and then Dawson Davis comes over and wipes him up.
And you're a big fan of Dawson Davis. We were talking about in the car coming here.
I've coached Dawson.
Now they call it unnecessary roughness penalty.
Got 85 unnecessary roughness on the Huskers. Going to give them 15 free yards and a first down here when they had him pinned back there. Dawson Davis, I coached with the Abbotsford Falcons, flag football way back when they were even younger. I've watched this young man grow. He is such a polite young man with a great work ethic and tackles like a Mack truck. It is unbelievable.
LaBerge in the gun. Receivers in motion, 3 to the far side. Goes right over the mills, got the man open, and he catches it for a big gain.
That's number 15, Hugh Rainey there on that catch. And we were talking about him earlier, and he's nodding as he's walking back. I got that all day long. He splits the middle here and gets up the field and we've got the defender chasing him, and he just pulls it in. Defenders, all the best he can do is tackle him from behind.
Halden 34 passes for 421 yards last year. Number 13 on the top 50 rankings, and a little confidence for the Raiders now. Threatening, there's the handoff. Busts up the middle for a gain of about 5 or 6.
It's number 24, Rhett Williams with the handoff that takes the handoff there and pushes straight up the middle of the field. Great job, just lowers the shoulders and keeps on trucking. 2 hands on the ball, good job.
Coach Doug Hawking talking with the local newspaper in Nanaimo about just the work that Rhett Williams put in the offseason. How he came back quicker and stronger and really won that starting tailback job.
Well, it's the thing with junior football. The opportunities are there. You just got to earn them.
And a poor snap and the ball underthrown. And we'll see if the Raiders will line up for a field goal kick of their own.
Well, we're ticking away the seconds here in the first quarter, and you'd like to get some points on the board. You get these trips down to the end zone here. You want to put some points on the board.
Well, if they do decide to kick, it'll be Nick Hunchuk, who we saw kick very well, his partner in crime from last year. He was just, I believe, the punter last year, but he's added kicking to his abilities now. So the kick will be from the 32-yard line, and it's up, and it's good. So 3-0 Raiders with just 29 seconds to go here in the first quarter. It's been an entertaining first quarter though, Matt. Lots of ebb and flow both ways.
Yeah, it has. It's got back and forth. I mean, you gotta look at the scoreboard just to know that this has been a great battle for both teams. And I'm sure the Huskers are pretty much kicking themselves right now that they couldn't get that first 3 points on the board, but they're going to have an opportunity here before the end of the quarter to get at least one play off. A shot of the sidelines there.
So it looks like Whittink 7 for 9 so far in the football game. Get the yards for you at the break.
Well, and you know, it's great that he's making these completions. And last year the Huskers could get lots of positive yards, but what they got to do is get points on the board. So their defense is looking phenomenal. I mean, aside from that one big play, they haven't given up much at all. But right now they're trailing 3-0.
So Whittink in the offense going to work. Bicklin in the backfield, 3 receivers to the right. There's the pitch outside. Plowing ahead on a nice running play.
And that's the monster, Vaughn Richardson. Gets a pitch and takes it outside. He's fast and he hits hard. He drops those shoulders and he moves bodies. So he gets the pitch out here and tucks it away, and he's running upfield. One big stiff arm there, runs one man down for the third guy to touch him, finally rolls him out of bounds.
A little thunder there after the lightning of Bicklin. Now Whittink goes up high, lofts it up, tugged down. The fans calling for a penalty. The referee says, I didn't see it. Intended pass for number 85, Anthony Dick.
And I think Anthony, the ball was just a little bit too far out of it. He was just pushing a little bit too hard. Whittink just puts it up there nicely, and it's just a little bit out of the way. And you just see the grabbing of the hand right there makes it almost impossible for the receiver, who got number 85, Anthony Dick, to get in there and catch that ball.
Kevon McNally Hardesty with the coverage. And that'll be the end of the first quarter, 3-0 for the Raiders on a 32-yard field goal. That's where this game stands right now. Nobody heading for the exits yet. It's been a well-played game so far.
And you know, at this point in the game, you really got to think both of these teams are in it here. Both of these teams are fighting hard. They want to win.
There was one other game in the BCFC yesterday, and that was a come-from-behind win by the West Shore Rebels in Langley over Coach Snoop Blocker's Rams. And I'm sure that Coach Charlie Kardalicki very excited about the way that his team came back in the waning moments to snatch victory on the road.
Well, and then definitely, I mean, you love seeing a team that fights all the way to the end, and you don't want to give up. You got those, you get the win in the first week. So don't we have another team playing today? Isn't there?
Yeah, there's one more game afterwards. Okanagan Sun, I believe, hosting the Kamloops Broncos.
Correct. That is correct. The Battle of the Interior.
Sun loaded for bear once again.
As always.
There's an interception. Whittick now. Man going with eyes to the end zone. It will be a pick six for number 21, Isaiah Johns.
Yeah, not sure. Let's see, there's a flag down on the play there, so I'm not sure if it's coming back or if it's going to be considered a touchdown here. But
I wonder if it was a holding penalty on the Huskers.
Well, it doesn't look like it. Good pass here, and he just jumps that ball. Great job by Johns to jump that ball and get off up the field. And I just can't see enough there of the rest of the field to see if there was a block in the back or what happened there.
So still 3-0 until the officials signal it.
Okay, so we got an unnecessary roughness. So it looks like it's going to be unnecessary roughness on the defense. So that means that the ball comes back. It's not a touchdown.
I still see 3-0 on the board. You're the expert we bring in for these things, Matt.
I'm not sure. Unnecessary roughness. I guess it was a block in the back, so it's from where where it happened, because it's after yards are gained, and out from the spot of the foul.
There's it out now, and ball juggled away in a good hand battle there. Some fine defense. Number 13 for your Huskers, Jordan Ferry with the coverage.
A great job here. Jordan Ferry gets in the arms of the receiver here. Doesn't really get too many hands on him, but gets up there and just knocks the ball loose. Gives up about a half-foot in height differential there to number 81, Mike West, who's a returning player as well. And yeah, he gets his hands up there and clears that out.
Yeah, Mike West, last time he played the BCAFC, was wearing a Huskers jersey and was the team MVP back in 2016. Almost 700 yards through the air, plus played some defense. As LeBurge now steps up, throws it over, and the ball goes in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, who pounds the ground in frustration. Number 80, Jared Braun.
Right, and this was a hope and a prayer catch here, because LeBerge puts the pass out there, and it's just ahead of Braun here. So he comes across and lays out for it, but he's got to catch it, hit the ground, and hold on to it, which is a tough challenge, and he almost did it. It looks like the Raiders are going to punt here and get the ball, see if they can pin the Huskers down in their end zone.
So LeBurge has not had a lot of success through the air as of yet in this game. He's gone to the air 7 times. He's completed 2 passes. So the Huskers, with a nice break of their own there, keeps it a 3-0 score line, and the defense made a stand to keep it 3-0 after that interception. And I'm sure Whittick chopping at the bit to get back on the offensive side and atone for that interception.
Well, and he's having a great game so far, and then he throws that one bad ball all day so far, and he's probably a little frustrated with himself there as well.
Hunchak now will set to punt this ball from about the 53-yard line inside the Huskers half. And a booming kick scooped up. Raiders will bring some heat, dropping down about the 10-yard line.
Well, it's number 20, Remus Tashivio, that gets the ball on the 1 and brings it back out to the 10. Had to sidestep a couple of tackles there. Not a huge return, but I mean, it gives them a bit of distance away from the goal line.
So here we go in the second quarter.
Boom.
The Huskers here, Julian Whittink's got a lot of field to make up for here, but his team only down 3-0. We'll see if the Huskers can patiently chip away at this, or are they just going to go for the home run ball, get themselves out of this hole here?
Well, no, I think you're going to work out of the shadow of your end zone first, small ball, pick up the yardage, get a couple first downs, and then maybe once you get up around the 30 or the 40, there we go. Hand off to...
There's a handoff for the Huskers.
Keegan Vicklin picks up a couple of yards there. Yeah, they need to get a first down here. I'm not sure where the coach is going to go with this one. I mean, you're looking at 2nd and 8, and they need to get a first down, otherwise they're punting.
Doyle Westland really closed the gap quickly, and a nice tackle down low on Vickland.
Well, we've seen him a couple of times today, and Doyle Westland's quick.
Here's Whittink now. Receivers in motion. Looks over to the left side, overthrows, and it jumps in and out of the hands of the defender, who saw visions of another pick six go astray.
Well, and number 7, Nathan Desoigne, was right there to get the third bounce, it looks like here. Goes over the receiver there, bounces off a defender there, and then Nathan's coming underneath, and if he had just kept going forward, he would have bounced straight into his arms, and he would have been off to the races.
It was Isaiah Johns who was the man trying to get that ball that ricocheted off, the man that had the interception earlier, and what a first half that would have been for him. Also looks like a penalty on the play. They're calling first down.
Oh, wow.
So a nice break for the Huskers there. Ball all the way up to the 26, so I believe
that'd be a 15-yard penalty.
Unnecessary roughness.
I didn't see if the quarterback maybe got hit after the throw.
Then the ball batted down.
We got a man down, moving very, very slow.
A nice knockdown there by Brody Taylor, who's been all over the field today, lining up on the defensive line. Jumped like he was trying to block a three-point shot from the outside the arc.
Well, yeah. Brody Taylor there, he's had some great play today. And it just shows the experience that he has. Instead of running in, with reckless abandon at the quarterback, he pulls up and jumps and gets his hand on that ball and bats it down.
They'll look for Poulin and Dick to get things going here. Is another block down now and a low throw by Whittink, who looks to the sidelines in disbelief. That'll bring up third down.
Well, he's got to get that ball out, and quicker than that. I mean, I love the fact that he stands in the pocket and he tempts them, but they realize that his delivery is low enough that they can knock it down. They don't have to worry about coming in hard at him. And if the last penalty was a roughing the passer, then they're going to be a little hesitant coming in hard at the quarterback anyways.
So after an incredible start for Whittink, he's actually gone 0 for 5 in his last 5 attempts with 1 interception. So the Raiders starting to wake up here as the Huskers looking to punt the ball away. They're not going to get a chance though. Drag down, the Raiders defense coming to play now, Matt.
Yeah, I think the sunny start on the Ferries kept him a bit sluggish in the first quarter there, but the second quarter here, that defense has come out really hard. And they're coming down there. Wraps him up. It was a low snap, and there was nothing that the kicker could do about it but run for his life.
So the Raiders will look to get things going from the 15-yard line. Inside the red zone, LeBurge. Seeing the defense step up, they'll look to do the same. 2 in the backfield, including Deshaun Dingwell, number 3. The handoff to the second back. He's got a nose for the end zone, and he'll punch it in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Number 24, Rhett Williams there. Great job to just burst through that line. Good burst of speed. Get in there. Fight at the goal line for that last yard to spin himself into the end zone.
So it's like a tape delay. The touchdown came this quarter just a little later than we thought.
Yeah. And then he just spins his body. Yeah. Great job by Rhett Williams there to get himself into the end zone.
Well, he averaged 6.8 yards a carry last year in the
Wow.
BCFC in some limited duty.
And was that 15 right off the hop there?
And the kick is up, and the kick is good. That makes it a 10-0 lead for the visiting VI Raiders. Huskers now will have to dig deep and retool and see if they've got a few more tricks up their sleeve here to get themselves back in this football game. It is still close, but if the Raiders can keep rolling, it could get out of hand in a hurry.
Well, definitely, but I mean, I think this Huskers team is going to keep their cool, and they're going to come back, and they're going to attack and get some points on the board. That's my prediction here.
Mark, this game's brought to you by the British Columbia Football Conference. You can watch every game's live stream like you're doing right now or on demand at bcfctv.com. And don't forget to follow your Huskers on social media at BCFC_Huskers on Twitter. If you like Facebook, make sure you like them. The kick is high and it is fielded at about the 25-yard line as they run into each other. Pair of Huskers driven ahead up to about the 32 is where Wittink and the offense will go to work.
But and Coach Reese isn't going to be happy about this. You get, the ball gets big kick back there, and you got your returners setting up underneath it, and the returner from the far side of the field comes and trips over him and knocks the ball loose.
It's Robinson with the return, a nice return in the end.
Yep, did a great job, but I mean, imagine if you field that in the air, a couple more yards, maybe burst through a hole.
Well, it's just a simple play that involves communication. Wasn't there.
Yeah.
Whittingdale will try to communicate with his wide receivers, and they're loading up the near side. Whitting now to the air. He's got the man and overthrows him. Almost intercepted again. So the touch getting away just slightly. For the University of Manitoba Bison's product.
Nice little shift here. He moves Vicklin out to slot and then brings the trip in from the other side. But it's just too high for Vicklin, who was behind the defender and could have picked up some good yardage with that ball.
Now, I know it's early in the game still, Matt, but I've been impressed with the offensive line and the job they've done of containing the defensive line of the Raiders, a potent defensive line, at least so far in the game, and given Whitting a couple of seconds to survey the land. Clears out the backfield. It's got the man open and it's caught. Pickup of about 6 or 7 on the play.
Yeah, great job by the O-line here. Gives him time to get that ball out. Gets it out a bit quicker there, so he's able to complete the pass to number 83, Nathan Stokes this time. But it's short of a first down, and when you're working on second and long, you need the first down. So now they got their punter out there. And they're gonna try again. Now, the last time they punted, it didn't go so well. So we're hoping for a bit better of a return on investment here.
Well, I believe Esau's the long snapper, and he's got kind of a nice little story we'll get to as time allows. High soaring
nice
kick here all the way back to the 30. He bobbles it. Oh, and then a heavy hit knocked off the helmet, and that's going to be an unnecessary roughness penalty as he is dropped down at the
it's going to be a
35-yard line.
It's going to be a blind side, and they've been trying to take these out for years. They brought in rules to take them out. You could not come in and lay out a man like that, especially on the punt returns.
Well, that's asking for a concussion, really.
Well, you got the NFL talking about taking the punt out because of BS like this, hurting their $1 million players. But now you got a young guy who's playing junior football and looking to go somewhere, and he just gets lit up here. Doesn't even see him coming, shoulder to shoulder, wipes him out. Unnecessary.
Chang was wrapped up neatly by number 23, Vaughn Richardson. Making an impact on both sides of the ball, and you'd love to see them run a little bit more with Richardson, wouldn't you?
Yes. He is such a tough runner, especially in between the tackles. I love watching him pound it out there. I'm trying to take a look here for number 56, who got blindsided there, and make sure he's okay, because that was a huge hit.
So the ball will be up to the 21-yard line, where the Raiders will go to work inside their own zone, leading 10-0. Under 10 minutes to go here in the first half. LaBerge under center. I formation behind him. 3 receivers to the left. early movement. Now, who flinched first?
Well, usually if it's defensive, they'll give the free play. So they're blowing it dead before the play. So I think it is defensive. Offside.
So I'll bring the ball up to the 26-yard line. The Huskers will look to their defense now for a big play. Some of those defensive linemen hand off and run right up the gut, all the way up to the 35-yard line. That should be a gain of about 9.
And number 24, Rhett Williams, with the run there to get him the first down. Only needed 5 yards for it here, but great job. Gets the handoff, hits the line hard, through the hole.
They'll give him 10 yards on the play.
Little burst, and it's number 9, Josh Robinson, bringing him down.
24 making a mark for himself, 15-yard touchdown on their last offensive play, and a first down right there. The Birds now goes to the air, flag flies though, and they'll blow the play dead before it began. You have to wonder if it's the offense this time that had the itchy trigger finger.
Yeah, it was. It was. I thought it looked like the slot was a bit offside here, but usually they let that go and just call it. But this is a procedure call, so I'm thinking it's somebody on the O-line move first.
So you're going to get that when it's the first game of the season. The Raiders went straight into basically practices for the first time in their history this year. They tried to do things a little bit differently. The general manager, Glenn Cook, talking about how players are too banged up after training camps. Keep them fresh for the season. LaBerge now drops back, feels the heat, spinning, eludes one tackle, avoids the second, still on his feet, big block there, and finally taken down by the defense.
And still for a loss of about 2 yards after all that. They get some pressure on him early. Could have been a lot worse though. Well, they get some pressure on him early here, and it's big number 55 that comes through and scares him away. And then you got everybody's chasing him around here. He does a little spin move there. A big block for him as well. But you got number 49, who's Dawson Davis. He flows with him across the field and waits and closes at the last second. And it looks like we got somebody down on one knee there.
That was Tristan Fournier, the man that got the initial pressure in on the quarterback. So
55. Yeah.
Second sack of the season for the Huskers. Raiders now 2nd and 17. 8.5 remaining here in the first half, up 10-0.
Oh, no, it's actually number 95 coming off the field, Kai Somerville. He is one of the guys that was pursuing and got blocked.
Reminder that the Huskers' next home game is here, August 11th. Coach Snoop Blocker and the Langley Rams will visit Exhibition Stadium on Saturday at 7 o'clock, with the Rams coming off of that loss to West Shore yesterday. Raiders now clear out the backfield. LaBerge rolling to his left, sees nothing, avoids pressure, still on his feet, running for daylight. Taken down just shy of the first down, it looks like.
Another big play for number 49, Dawson Davis, to get across that field and stay with the quarterback and take him out of bounds here. LaBerge has nothing to his left, sees the pressure coming in from his right, barely escapes a tackle here, and he's off to the races. But Dawson Davis comes flying across the field, wraps him up around the waist perfectly, and rolls him out of bounds. Excellent job by Dawson Davis. Number 91, Harry Somerville, was right there with him, but Dawson was able to make that play.
So from the 42, the Hunchak, another beautiful soaring kick, will go over the head of the punt returner. Now he's trying to make his way around, and he is hog-tied and taken down.
Yeah.
Nice run, though, by Remis Chovio.
And you can see that he didn't have much options here. You can see him thinking about it because he catches his ball, and right away it comes to his right. So he's heading this way. He's got 3 guys stacked against him. So now he's just going to try and get between 2 of them. And the one from behind was able to wrap him up from behind. The one out front was able to get his hand across his chest and just slow him down. It was number 44, Braden Belton, and number 29, Jeremy Cheng.
So from the 15, Coach Matty and the Huskers offense looking to unlock this defense, which has been pretty airtight the last few plays for the Raiders. As we mentioned, we would love to see Richardson maybe get an extra touch or two. The local star out of G.W. Graham put up some video game-like numbers in his time in high school ball.
Oh, yeah, he was phenomenal to watch play in high school, on both sides of the ball. I've seen him in the Dome a few times. My son, being from Abbey Senior, played against him a few times. But, yeah, he's just one of those players that you love to watch play.
And there you go. You get out the tape and get a few repairs in there. I'm sure Red Green is screaming duct tape at them.
Yeah.
They'll go with the old standard white tape.
Yeah, well, that's what you got at the football field is white tape. You don't have any Gorilla tape out here.
Everything's settled now as we get a chance. Number 7 for the Huskers, Nathan Denoyer, who is a returning player, chatting up with his fellow number 7, Javon McNally Hardesty, kind of laughing at each other back and forth. They're lined up along the near hash. Bobbled snap and a bobbled handoff, and that means a bobbled run on the play.
Well, I'm not sure if that was supposed to be a read option. It looked like a bit of a jailbreak on the D-line, was through that O-line so quickly there. And so here comes the D-line. 98 puts some pressure on right away before he gets blocked down, and it's Vaughn Richardson. We were looking for more runs by Richardson, but that's not what we were looking for. 98, once again, Brody Taylor on the defense. Even getting blocked down to the ground, he was able to make a play on that.
So they'll say basically, let's go from scratch, lose it down on the play, 2nd and 10. Wittig now looking far, intercepted. Oh, it looked like it was intercepted and then slipped out again. Jeremy Cheng has been fantastic on the defensive side.
Yeah, we've said his name a few times so far today. He's played a really good game. Wittig was looking for number 83, which is, I do believe, Stokes. Yep, Nathan Stokes. And Cheng was able to just slide right underneath him there and then take that play away. I believe they're going to punt here. And the last time they punted down here, didn't go well. So we got to hope for a bit better of a turnout this time. Their last punt was really good, but that was at the other end of the field.
A little different when the heat isn't on you.
Well, you know, and here's the thing. They've got 10 points on the board. One was a big play that took up half the field, and the other one was the blown punt and then a short run for a touchdown. So, I mean, the Raiders haven't really earned a lot of offensive field either, but the Huskers just got to be able to put something in the end zone.
Breslin, the high soaring kick, a little short though. It'll be fielded at about the 45-yard line, and good tackle there by number 80 of the Huskers, Josh Guitard.
Yeah, Guitard
flag on the play.
No yards. Guitard was way too close. You got to break down before that. It doesn't help that the returner was running forward. So you see here that nice big booming kick. He's got this great leg on him. Holy smokes. But he makes the catch, and Guitard tries to break down, but he's just too close there. That's number 80, right?
80 on 80. Josh Guitard tackling number 80, Jared Braun.
Yeah.
One of the receivers for the Raiders. They'll march the ball ahead, and that'll put the ball up at about the 30-yard line inside Huskers territory. And LeBurge has had much more success using his feet than he has his arm here in the first half.
Okay, so it looks like we've been saying this last name wrong, and I want to apologize because it's actually written on my sheet, the hooked on phonics of it. Teshivo. So, sorry, Remus. We'll get that right from now on.
It's the first game. We're making our mistakes, too, here in the booth. Low snap and a handoff, and the defense closes the gap despite a good push there by Rhett Williams, number 24.
Well, it's number 52, James Moore, who makes the tackle here. But watch, he breaks down. He comes around this outside edge really quick, gets around there, and he breaks down and just picks up Rhett Williams and wraps up the legs and takes him down.
Defense could use a huge stand right here to help their offense.
It would be massive.
Ball on the 31-yard line. LeBurge now sees receivers in motion far side. Looks over the middle instead. Got the man open. It will be pass interference, I think, is the...
Should be illegal contact. Should be illegal contact downfield because it was way away from the pass, but he still can't drop a shoulder into him like that. LeBurge drops back, and he sees his receivers running, and he knows where he's going to be, and it's just that contact slowed him up enough. That ball's going to come back. And we got an injury on the play as well.
Broadcast brought to you by the British Columbia Football Conference, where you can watch every game's live stream or on demand at bcfctv.com. Beautiful sunny day here on a Sunday to kick off the BCFC season for your Huskers and the visiting Vancouver Island Raiders, the 2017 defending Cullen Cup champions.
Number 55, Tristan Fournier, came off there, took a knee. He's pulling up his gears. It looks like it looks like his pad snapped open on him, so he had to come off the field and do a little equipment repair.
So the ball all the way up to the 15-yard line. Raiders threatening again. Huskers bring the heat, but it doesn't matter. Rhett Williams on his feet, plowing ahead. If he doesn't have the first down, he will be very, very close.
Well, I'm pretty sure he got the first down there, but it was almost dove across the goal line there on that last hit. They hit him and sent him spinning, and they're lucky he just landed on the 2. Here he comes. He cuts up the hole really good here. Great job of pushing off the tacklers. Jeanson wraps up his legs, so he does this little dive before Dawson Davis is able to take him down on the 2-yard line.
Drops the ball like he's dropping a mic. So first and goal from the 2, LeBurge. I wonder if he'll try to plow it ahead. Hand off instead. Wide open man. Did he break the plane?
Yep, that's number 39, Jason Henderson. And it's the first time we said that name today. Great job by Henderson here to run down the line of scrimmage until he sees the opening to get into the end zone. He gets the ball here, follows his blocker, and just keeps outrunning the defenders. There's Dawson Davis, gets a hand on the hip, and then Henderson has to just dive into the end zone. Henderson almost stopped that. Now, I think 83 on the Raiders, Eli Nelms Horton, took the whole body into the back of the leg there. But he doesn't seem to be down on the ground anymore, so that's good.
Kick is up, the kick is good. 17-0 lead for the visiting VI Raiders, and Huskers looking for an answer on the offensive side. Such a promising start, their first set of downs. Since then, the Raiders defense has really turned up the heat in the kitchen.
Well, once they got all warmed up, that's for sure. They got in there, and they've been making big stops. And I mean, if you look at it, the 2 touchdowns have come off of punt, where the Huskers have had to punt out of the shadows of their own uprights. And then the field goal was a big play that they were able to stop. The defense isn't getting good field position to work with. I mean, they've been 2 short touchdowns here.
So they punched it in now twice from the red zone, have the Raiders, along with a 32-yard field goal, and that's where we stand right now, under 5 minutes to go in the first half. The kick is up, and a spinning kick and fielded. Waiting for blockers, and a nice job there as the ball moved up to about the 38-yard line for the Huskers.
That's Tashivo there, Remus Tashivo, and he did a great job, great patience to let his blockers get in front of him. And as soon as the contact was made, he turned on the jets. Here he goes. He comes nice and slow. There he goes, and bursts ahead. And almost, somebody grabbed his hip there and just gave him a twist, and that took him down. Excellent job by Remus Tashivo.
After a hot start, Julian Wittink having a tough time finding receivers. Now he looks, he's got the man open, and it's caught. all the way up to the 53-yard line inside the Raiders half, and a huge play to number 17, Penner.
But and he made a pass at the beginning of the game to Jacob Penner, and that's what kind of got him going on that hot streak. And he comes back there again, and hopefully it gets them all fired up one more time. But a great job by Penner to catch that ball in traffic there, fight for a few more yards. And Penner's a really lanky guy, so when he's got 3 bodies on him like that, he's not fighting for too many yards.
The 19-yard pickup, Wintink throws it out of bounds. Really had nothing there. It's probably a good play.
Well, I think he was expecting Dick to on the comeback there, because he put it exactly where Dick should have been, and Dick turned around, but a little bit too late.
Huskers looking to put some points on the board. Thought they had done that with a field goal. However, the penalty negated that.
And then they went wide left.
Under 3.5 now to go here in the first half. 2nd and 10, Wintink throws over the middle. That was contact on the receiver, number 85, Dick clapping his hands.
Well, he ran him over. The defender ran over the receiver, and the ball was thrown right to him. I don't know if Wintink saw it happening and he put the ball right on him. But yeah, that's definitely going to be.
We saw a shot of Sam Henneberry on the bench there, shouting some encouragement.
Well, yeah.
So that will move the ball up to around the 45-yard line.
Fresh set of downs. That's even more important.
They really love a drive to finish out this first half and feel good going in to the break. Wintink now looks and throws. He's got the man open. And a nice play there. Remis Deshevio with the catch.
Yeah, Remis Deshevio here. Great job. Gets wrapped up in a hurry, though, but doesn't matter. He got the first down. Nice catch. The defender had fallen down, gets back up and gets over, and makes a big part of play. Number 49 on the defense makes tackle Todd Campbell.
Lamal moved the ball up to the 34-yard line. Wintink now starting to roll. High snap, handoff. Vicklin sees a hole, busts ahead for a gain of about 5.
And Vicklin, great job here. It looks like he's going outside. Oh, no, he's not down on the ground again, is he?
Slow to get up.
Very slow.
Offensive line, though, did a nice job of opening up a hole, allowing him to run, and then tripped up on the first play by Tyler Hill.
Well, and this is what happened last year. Is Vicklin had a really good start last year, got off out of the gates really good, and then he rolled his ankle, and it kept him out for the next couple of weeks. And the way he went down there, it looks like he got tackled by the ankle. Which
the difference is this year from last year, you've got Deshevio and you've got Richardson that can also play running back.
He looks okay, though. He looks okay. He's coming off slowly, but let's just hope that it was something and not the ankle.
And a shot of one of the unsung heroes, the trainers, those people on the sidelines that keep these players going.
They're a huge part of these games.
Great to have you along in the waning moments of this first half. 2:43 to go. 17-0 lead for the Vancouver Island Raiders over your Huskers. Wintink, though, threatening here. The ball all the way down at the 27-yard line. So a big gain of 7 for Vicklin on the last play.
That was a great run. Great run.
Now Vaughn Richardson behind him. Receivers in motion. He'll step back, looks, got the man, overthrows it, almost intercepted, and that pass just, I think, got away from Wintink.
Well, I think Penner was supposed to come back. Another one where he's supposed to come back for it. Might come back a bit too far, and Wintink put it up, and the defender was able to make a better play on it. Here he goes. He throws it over to Penner, and I think Penner was supposed to be a bit deeper, or was expected to be a bit deeper than that.
Well, it looked like Isaiah Johns kind of jumped the route a little bit at the end there, and he's showing a penchant for that with 1 interception today. Almost had 3. Now it will be Breslin, Spencer Breslin, looking to make a 35-yard field goal. get the Huskers their first points of the season. The Raiders may have jumped early, fingers pointed in both directions. It's like when something goes wrong in my household, both kids point at each other.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. The offense is backing up, so I think they know that they were in the wrong on this one.
That will make it a 40-yard field goal if that's the case.
Oh, no, it's going to go against the defense.
Oh.
And that's going to be a first down. That's a 5-yard penalty. That's going to be a first down.
So the break that the Huskers needed.
Oh, yeah. Now, they marched the ball towards where the offense was. And
Bob Reist is just livid, saying, you called it.
Yeah. They called offside on the defense, but they marched the ball the wrong way against the offense. And now coach is absolutely livid out there. Understandably so, because you can't,
That looks like it was number 52, Connor Kylick out of McGill University that may have been the man. And now the referee's trying to sort things out. The men under the gun here. Now he's going to have to explain stuff. And the fans saying, stay to your word, and Reist.
No.
Too pleased.
That's going to drive the fans nuts here. It's not only that he called the wrong penalty. It's not only that they went the wrong way or he pointed in the wrong direction. He called the absolute wrong penalty. He called an offside, and now he's calling a procedure and putting the ball back the other way. I'm not sure how this can fly.
So now a 40-yard kick is up. And the kick is good.
Yeah. That might mollify the crowd a little bit, but I mean, they're still going to be pretty upset that, there should have been a first down there.
Now, you've been coaching for a number of years. Does something like that kind of energize the sideline where you feel like not only is the opposition against you, but maybe the officials got something in for you too? Is that a catalyst?
Yes, yeah, it totally is a catalyst. The key here for the coaching staff is that to keep the players out of it. Once the players start getting worked up, and if they start getting into it with the refs, that's when players start getting tossed out of games. They start getting marginal calls against them, right? So they've got to make sure that the players stay out of it. It's the coach's job to discuss things with the referee.
The Raiders elect to get the ball on their own 35-yard line, and that's where they'll begin. Huskers defense show 4 up front, fakes the handoff. LaBerge throws it up high, he's got the man open, overthrows him though out of bounds.
Way out of bounds. Number 15, Mike West, one more time. And he beat most of the defenders. The defenders were chasing him. But that ball was just too far out of bounds. And a great job by LaBerge here to get around and get that ball out there. But there was just no play on it.
Holding against the Raiders also.
Yep.
Bring the ball back, and we've had a number of penalties on both sides of the ball today that have nullified some good chances.
Well, you always get people, oh, it's a makeup call, it's a makeup call. No, it was a holding call. It wasn't. There's nothing to do with makeup on here. It was just a straight holding call.
And Matt, I'm amazed at the crowd here today. It's a great crowd on a Sunday afternoon. A lot of people probably were thinking about Cultus Lake, but thought, you know what, maybe we can come cheer on our Huskers to begin with. And a lot of people in the stands today.
I got to tell you, this is probably about the fullest I've ever seen the stands at a Huskers game since I've been coming.
Nice crowd shot there by our amazing crew at VBN Sports. LaBerge now sets up and throws, and he's got the man open. And then drilled to the turf at about the 49-yard line.
And it's big number 81, Mike West, who makes the catch there. They just give a bit too much of a cushion here. The defender, who is at number 13, Jordan Ferry, gave him just too much of a cushion. You got to get in there and contest the ball on a big guy like Mike West. So my apologies for earlier. When it was 15, it was Hugh Rainey that was overthrown on the sideline, not Mike West.
LaBerge now with a low snap, fakes a handoff, feels the heat, tries to scramble outside, there's a penalty, and he is dropped down at the 43-yard line.
But heat-seeking missile came in here by the name of Darius Kelly. He came down and just laid out LeBerge before he could get that ball out of his hand. So here he goes. He gives the read option here, drops back to throw, realizes there isn't there, so he takes off running. He's being pursued, and he's trying to get his men down the field, and Kelly comes in and just lights him up.
This defensive line's done a nice job of putting some heat on LeBerge.
Darius Kelly and his twin brother Dion playing on the Huskers for their first time this year. They were with Abbotsford Falcons, Abbey Senior, and they played their last couple of years out at GW Graham, and now come over to the Huskers here. Two phenomenal football players. I've been coaching these guys since they came into Adams. Great kids, great young men now, and good football players, really good football players.
The ball back to the 43-yard line now. Time winding down, under 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. 2nd and 15 for the Raiders. They'll keep two backs in there to limit some of the pressure. Oh, slips through the fingers. LeBerge spots an open man, and then he is met as soon as he catches the ball on a big swarm of black and green to take down number 3, Deshaun Dingwell.
And out of the pile, all right, last guy on top is Darius Kelly one more time here. Great job by LeBerge. He feels pressure, steps up in the pocket and delivers the ball. It's just a little toss, number 3, who is
Deshaun Dingwell.
But then he's wrapped up right away, and it's number 22 and 28, the Kelly brothers, in there making the stop.
Not the biggest linebackers, but boy, they've got big hearts and big mitts to wrap up those quarterbacks and those running backs.
They hit twice their size, let me tell you, and they've been doing that the whole time that I've known them. Phenomenal football players. We always have this thing. I'd walk up to him and I'd go, "Hi, Dion." He goes, "I'm Darius," and I'd be like, "I don't care."
Just call him Mr. Kelly. You can't go wrong.
They're and Dion's actually bigger than Darius now. He's been hitting the weights, so his dad tells me, a lot harder. I can still never tell them apart because you can plug and play with those two. They both can do phenomenal things on the football field, offense and defense.
Booming kick will roll all the way down and out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Massive field now.
Yeah.
Huskers have a long way to go to get some points on the board, but a good defensive stand there.
Well, and it looked like zero sense of urgency here on the returner to get that ball. I don't know if he thought that it would come out to like the 35 or something if it rolled out of bounds, but there was zero urgency to get over and stop that ball or pick it up before it got out of bounds and get it up the field.
So they'll start out at the 2-yard line. Is it Vaughn Richardson time? You see him right there, flanking Julian Wittink. Or will he go to the air and maybe see if the likes of Poulin can get open, or Nathan Denoyer?
I think you want to start off feeding the monster and just get him down the field. I'm not sure what we got a stoppage here for. Oh, it's timeout.
They're taping up the flag again, and
it's an injury timeout on the chains. Gotcha.
Time to put him on the 15-day DL list, right?
Well, I think there was like 3 games last year where we had to do repairs on the. We had to stop to do repairs on the chains here.
Well, they are an important part of the game, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Huskers now with time winding down, just over a minute to go here in the first half, trailing 17-3. Any points will be a positive step going into the intermission. Seen flashes of brilliance from Wittink. Running game and the offensive line wanting to step up here. Wittink though goes there. He's got a man open. DeChivio with the catch.
Yep, DeChivio, nice little pass down. Picks up, about 6-7 yards on the play.
Now they'll say a gain of 7.
Yep. Picks up 7 yards on the play, gets the ball down the field, second and manageable. Great job.
Wintig now a tiny bit more breathing room. That offensive line have done a nice job against this big front four of the Raiders. They'll bring the heat though now. Throws it's got the man open. Right over the middle. Once again, it's Remy time.
Well, and I don't know what kind of history he has with Toshivo, who's from Chilliwack here, but
they're both University of Manitoba products.
Oh, are they?
From last year, yes.
Ah, there you go. Go to what you know. Witting's great job here. Let's find Remus and get the ball to him.
Where will they spot the ball? It looks like a gain of only about 1 on the play. They'll bring up maybe 2, so 3rd and 1.
They're measuring here. They're measuring here.
See how good that tape job holds up on the chains. This is going to be close, ladies and gentlemen. Will the fans be booing the chains? There's the next question.
Yeah. Well, it's quite the possibility.
All in all, though, these Huskers have shown well in the first half against a very good Raiders team, the defending champs. And it is close. Length of a football.
Not even. So it's going to be 3rd down. And Remus is throwing his hands in the air at that spot. He's thinking that I got further down the field. And I'm pretty sure the amount of time you got left on the clock here, you're just going to have the quarterback push that forward.
That looks like 3rd down and maybe.
Toshivo's not happy about this. He's telling Coach, I got the first down. I know I did.
Well, 46 seconds unofficially on the clock. Huskers with the ball, 3rd and inches. Trying to keep the drive alive, trying to get themselves within kicking distance for Breslin and company to put a couple more points on the board. Windig, though, lining up in the gun, just showing maybe before he sneaks under center, or they got something magical under their sleeve, maybe trying to keep the defense on their toes.
They did last time, and then as soon as he started waving his people forward, he walks forward at the same time. Here he goes.
There we go, Wintig now, and now they'll bring some heat up top. Wintig will plow ahead under the big elephants up front. Does he have enough? And the Raiders are saying no.
Well, of course they're saying no. I'd say no too if it was against me. It's the first thing you do. It wasn't me. So
not only a song by Shaggy.
Yeah, but you know, you see what Tink gets set up under center, give me the ball, and he drives himself forward, and I think he gets it here.
Depends if he was kind of turned sideways, but I mean, he's at what, 6'3".
Yeah, I mean his body length puts him over that mark.
They want the chains out again. Coach Bob Reese down there having a quick look at the chains as they come out, and he is pacing back and forth like an expectant father.
Yep. And the chain gang here, they're getting their exercise.
This is a big moment in this football game, Matt.
The tape job didn't work there. But that's okay because we got the referee picks it up on the line. And then when he puts it back down, he sets his thumbs so they're at either side of the line. And he sets it back down on the line and holds it in place. So the back peg doesn't really matter. And that's
nose touching.
The nose is touching. The nose knows. That's a first down right there.
Oh, they're saying no.
Oh, my goodness.
They're saying no.
Oh, my goodness. I'm not sure you can say no to that. It's touching the pole.
Bob Reese is furious, chatting with the official. It's marking it himself out. And now the Huskers wants the decision. Some controversy in the first game.
You know what? I'm going to have to relook at the rule book when I get home tonight because I'm pretty sure that counts as a first down. The tip of the ball was touching the pole. That's all you need to do.
So a break for LaBerge and the Raiders offense here. Great field position. Ball at about the 14-yard line. And the defense did such a nice job of stopping the Raiders last time. Called upon once again here late, 34 seconds to go. LaBerge under center, the handoff. Rhett Williams plows ahead. Pickup of about 3, maybe 4 on the play.
A great job by Williams to hit that line full bore. There wasn't a hole for him, so he tried to make one himself. And he came in hard and hit the line full blast. Right there, moved some bodies. He's got a little bit of help from his friends, giving him a push from behind, getting him out there.
That'll bring the clock to 28 seconds. Is there an injury on the play? Another stoppage. Now the Raiders will line up. Two receivers, including Alex Bonnet-Plume, to the near side. Two running backs flanking LeBurge. Two receivers to the right. Now motion. LeBurge clears out the backfield, throws it over top, and there's a touchdown. Number 3, Deshaun Dingwell will punch it home for 11 yards.
And, great play by the Raiders here. They had someone go deep and pull the coverage off, and then they had Dingwell come underneath right at the line of scrimmage. You can't cover two people. As good as Jeanson is, he can't cover two people at the same time.
Have to wonder if the the Huskers feel a little hard done by on that last measurement.
Well, and I'm never going to bash referees. I can question their calls, but I'm never going to bash the referees. They do a great job day in and day out and in all the games that they come to, and they call what they see, and that's their job. So they can feel hard done by if they want, but you got to go out there and win the football game.
The Huskers maybe thinking a little extra push. Just an extra inch or two, and we'd still be on offense marching down the field. As it stands, though, 24-3, the score line. At only 23 seconds to go on the game clock here in the first half.
Well, aside from that field goal, the first field goal, was it? Yeah, the first field goal. Everything else has been the Huskers have turned over the ball in bad position, right? And the defense doesn't get a chance to stop them because it's just a quick play in a bad position. All 3 touchdowns were that way. So,
if you're Coach Bob Reist and company, what are some of the messages you give your team going into this halftime?
They're right there. They're knocking on the door. They got to kick the door open now, and stop making the mental errors. To get that penalty to negate that field goal to start off, the amount of confidence that they would have had and momentum they would have had to start the scoring here in this game would have been huge. A little squib kick here that bounces off the returner. So he jumps on it. Well, if it bounces off you, leave it for the next guy because there's more guys behind you and get up and pick up a block. You got to make plays happen here.
Time the enemy now, 19.8 seconds to go on the game clock on the big scoreboard here at Exhibition Stadium. Breeze blowing in the favor of Wittink. Clears out the backfield, rolls out under pressure, spots a wide open man, and he'll get out of bounds. Will number 7.
It's Nathan Desoignier there. Great catch. Beautiful job by Wittink to spot him. Wittink to spot him and just drop the ball down to him. Nathan's played last year. He was a real big up-and-comer last year, and again this year, he's shown that he's putting the work in to get better.
Won the Huskers Award for Most Improved Player last year, and to continue to make those strides they hope this year. Is Wittink now clears out the backfield again, looking deep. Little pushing there, loose ball, and it is batted down.
Good battle for the ball there. You got big number 85 who's towering over both the defenders there. But they were so tight to him, he couldn't get up to get that ball. And I thought he was still going to come down with it, too. He gets his hands up in the air there, and he had it, but it was number 7, Jeevan McNally Hardesty, that's able to knock it out of his hand.
So the Huskers will take no chance despite just 6 seconds to go on the clock. I believe they're going to punt this ball away and end this half. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little squibble kick to kind of just let the final seconds tick down. Or do you want to let the Raiders speedsters from the back try to make an attempt?
I'm not sure I'd punt here. I'd take a knee over punting because really, you're not.
And now good speed here. Jared Braun Making his way up the sidelines, another leveling hit. Pushed out of bounds. Some punishing blocks by the Raiders this afternoon as time winds down.
Yeah. Oh, there's a flag on the field here. As the teams are coming off the field, there's a flag. Not sure what that's for, but
Tempers riding high. Maybe something said after that big block. Maybe they felt it was much like the one on the other side earlier.
well, and it could be that the team came off the field a little bit off the sideline to get off the field a little bit too early. There's another flag down this way too, so I'm not sure if there's some pushing and shoving going on that I didn't see out there.
Well, these Scooby-Doo mysteries will be solved in the beginning of the third quarter. As you see, Coach Bob Reist, he is heated talking with the official.
Yeah.
Now another official comes in to kind of maybe try to cool things down a little bit on a hot day, 29 degrees in the Chilliwack sunshine. And Matt, any final thoughts before we take a short break?
Well, the Huskers going to have to regroup here and come back. I mean, they're doing the right things, and then, you know, the 3 mistakes they've made have cost them on the scoreboard. So, you know what? It's only been 3 mistakes. Let's get back at it in the second half, clean up those mistakes, get some points.
And credit the Raiders. They've done a nice job of capitalizing on those mistakes, and that's what you want your offense to do. Back to the drawing board for the Huskers. We'll be back in just a moment.
Calling Cup champs. You gotta be mistake-free to knock the champs off.
24-3, the score line at the half here at Exhibition Stadium. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. You've got it on the BCFC TV telecast of Huskers football here from Exhibition Stadium. And welcome back as the second half about to get underway with the defending Cullen Cup champion, the Vancouver Island Raiders, up 24-3 on the Valley Huskers. Huskers will kick the ball off to start this third quarter. A lot of the scoring done by the Raiders inside the red zone off of turnovers.
It's been short field for the Raiders for their scores. I mean, the longest one was that 45-yard catch by number 15, Hugh Rainey, that set up the field goal. I mean, the touchdowns have all been down around the 30 or closer to the end zone.
Breslin with the kickoff, and that one fielded by the Raiders. Number 80, he's got great wheels. Braun now getting outside, up to the 50, hauled down at about the 57-yard line, and that's where the Raiders will go to work.
Well, he's got great wheels, but number 22, Dion Kelly's got some good wheels himself, and he was able to get outside there and wrap him up and pull him out of bounds. Not before he had a huge return here. I mean, he fields the ball down around his 20, and it's ending up in Huskers territory here. So that's a great run back by number 80, Jared Braun.
Yeah, Braun and Chang have looked very good fielding punts and kicks. In the back, in LaBerge, who was 5 of 11 for 87 yards and a touchdown, goes to work here to start this third quarter. Huskers show heat. Rhett Williams now weaving his way outside, still on his feet.
Well, and Rhett Williams has had a monster game today already. He got the one score early on, set him up for the second score that Henderson popped in. And he's just come back out here in the second half just as hot as he was. Moves those sticks already.
So it will be a pickup of 11 on the play. Ball now down on the 40-yard line. Low snap to Rhett Williams again, finds the hole. Rhett Williams busts his way down. He's to the 5 and a touchdown, Raiders. Second touchdown of the day for Williams.
Well, a great job by the O-line to spring him open here. I mean, they did. They parted the Red Sea for him. Fabulous job. Low snap, kind of threw everybody off, and it looked like a read option, but Williams gets through that line, smacks a hand out of the way, and then nobody else touches him all the way into the end zone. Bit of a dive there, hit a heel, but it's not touch football, it's tackle.
So the Raiders thinking a minute and a half into this third quarter. That's exactly the way we drew it up at halftime. And a big lead now, 30-3, and an extra point punched through. That makes it 31-3 Raiders. Huskers now.
Yeah, Huskers
going to wipe the slate clean and just work here on this second half there, Matt.
Well, I mean, you know, you're behind. There was, you know, some turnovers that put them in bad position. Got some scores against them. Their defense has been playing really good, but you know, a couple of bad plays there, and then this one to start the second half. So they want to just calm it down here, start putting some points on the board, and just hope for positive things to happen.
B. Robinson returning on the near side, and Tashivo on the far side. As the kicker Hunchak will boot this from the 45. So after a close 3-0 lead by the Raiders, they have busted it open thanks to turnovers. And Tashivo now looking for some blocks. Winds his way outside before he is tripped up down at about the 27-yard line.
Well, Tashivo's been their best offensive player here. Once again, he shows a bit of patience, waiting for a block. But I think he might be showing too much patience here. Okay, so he gets in, gets a block, and he's kind of just jogging here around the outside. And the defender gets through the blocks and gets a hold of him really quick. It's number 23 or 43. I couldn't quite see there.
And a big blow, it looks like, for the Huskers. Robinson prone down on the turf.
Yeah, that is a big blow for them. It's not something they want to see, that's for sure.
And the trailer out there to take a look at what ails him. You talked about Tashivo, and yeah, he had 4 rushes for 37 yards. Or pardon me, 4 catches for 37 yards. Scat back that seemingly can do it all, and felt he was very underutilized at the University of Manitoba.
Well, he's got some skill there, and he shows good patience, but I mean, great patience is knowing when to be patient and when to burst. And I think he just waited a little too long on that return there to get that burst, because he had a wall in front of him.
So the Huskers, Julian Wittink was 13 of 23, 127 yards, but he threw the interception. Looking to get this Huskers offense going here to start the third quarter, and a handoff. And Keegan Vicklin slips one tackle, evades the second before being taken down on the third.
He only picks up about 3 yards on the play here, or maybe even only about 2 yards on the play.
Yeah, they'll mark him up 2.
A great tackle by number 90, Garrett Beardy. I mean, we said his name a few times today. He's just been phenomenal.
His name is Remy, not Remus.
Remy?
Remy.
Remy. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, so
Wittink now. Nice handoff there, and Vicklin sees a hole, and he'll bust it ahead. All the way up inside the 40-yard line.
And that's the speed by Keegan Vicklin that we've been waiting to see. They've got him a hole here. So the draw play brings him down, brings the ball down, gets it into his gut. He's got a bit of room to work with, and he's got that great burst, good cut, and he just gets up the field and a huge pickup. But then we got one of the defenders, one of the O-linemen down on the field holding his leg. So
yeah, looks like it's number 56, Matthew Beaudry, or pardon me, 66. That's Chad Moore, the veteran in his 4th season with the Huskers, the longest tenure Husker.
So I want to apologize because we just corrected here. Is that
it's Remy.
We messed up both names, the first and the last name on this poor guy. It's Remy, not Remus, and it's Tashivo, not whatever we were calling it to begin with. So sorry, Remy. We'll get it right from this point forward.
You score that touchdown, we'll make sure we'll double check it. Moore will jog his way off, so that's a good sign. He'll miss a few plays here as he gets checked out. But number 11 with an 11-yard rush, Keegan Vickland. Gold medal winner with Team Canada over Mexico. Less than a month ago, down in Mexico. Try their luck again with Vickland. This time he won't get quite as much room to run.
No, once again he picked up a few yards here, and I think they're doing the right thing by riding him a little bit here in the beginning of the second half. He gets turned up the field, but his blocker didn't turn up the field fast enough, and he actually ran into the back shoulder of his blocker moving upfield. So you got to give him that hole and then let him burst through it.
Vickland with a pickup of 1. He's been involved in all 3 offensive plays on this opening drive of the third quarter. Whittingham now is going to head to the air. Pressure from the Raiders. Man open, and he finds him. There's Remy Teshevo busting ahead all the way down to the 43-yard line.
Well, he's been the best offensive player for the Huskers this afternoon already, and he just got better. Great pass by Whittingham here, and Remy just gets this ball, turns upfield, breaks out of 1 tackle, scoots by 3 or 4 Raiders before he finally gets taken down for a big first down.
Pickup of 25 for the Huskers ignites this large crowd at Exhibition Stadium. Draw play now, and Vickland sees daylight. Weaving and darting ahead. Keegan Vickland down inside the 25-yard line.
Well, and this is the offense that the Huskers wanted right here. A little bit in the air, a little bit on the ground. Let's go balanced offense. A great draw play here. Vickland sees a hole, gets turned upfield, cuts back towards the middle, makes a move, but the defender on the outside gets off his block. It's number 7, Kevin McNally Hardesty. Gets off his block and comes over there and stops the touchdown.
Vickland peels off 13 yards. They'll try him again. Tackled down from behind. Ball up to I think they'll mark it about the 23-yard line.
Well, it's number 45, Matthew Hill, comes off his block and gets Vickland from behind. Realizing that he was beat again, Hill gets back really quick and picks up Keegan.
Gain of about 1 on the play. Keegan Vickland, though, down on the turf for a moment. Now he's slowly jogging his way over. Be replaced by Vaughn Richardson, and it's been a steady dose of Keegan Vickland open this third quarter. Huskers find them down by a fair bit here with 10 minutes to go, though, in the third quarter.
Well, he's having an equipment issue here. That's why he had to come off the field. He's trying to fix his helmet. He had some problems there. Great running by Keegan. That's what we expect from him. He does a really good job. And now he's right over there to let coach know what he sees on the field. So he gets back, when he gets back out there, they can
4 to the near side. Whittingham under pressure, throws it slow. It's intercepted. Batted, I think, as he released, Matt.
I think so too. And Whittingham's on the ground as well. He got just mauled as he was bringing his arm forward. The defender was right on his back. So here we see on the replay here, just as he's bringing his arm forward, the defender's right on his back, and I think it just slowed his arm down enough that the ball dropped short of the intended receiver. And now the Raiders, it was a promising drive here. Now the Raiders get the ball on their 20-yard line.
Riley Caillou with the interception.
There's Keegan Vickland there on the screen walking it off, and he's going to be ready for the next set of downs. He saw some holes out there. He exploited some holes out there, and he wants that ball back.
Huskers showing lots of promise, lots of good looks, just the finish hasn't been quite there.
Yeah, well, and they haven't given up anything big. I mean, they've really shut down the Raiders, and it's been their own mistakes that have cost them points here.
Rhett Williams will barge ahead.
Well, that guy's having a great game. He's just running wild out there. He's one of those guys that you know it's really tough to bring down. Plus he's quick. Plus he's elusive.
So pickup of about 7 on the play. And much like it's been a steady dose of Keegan Vickland on the team in black side, it's been all Rhett Williams. All 3 offensive plays have gone to Williams to start this third quarter. The Wynot has got 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
Now LaBerge pointing ahead as the Huskers show pressure, and they'll jump like a staring contest, and they blinked first.
Well, it'd be interesting here because when that many jump, you got to think that somebody moved. But it could be that they just, one jumped and then the rest followed. But yeah, it's against the Huskers here. Typically, if one guy jumps on the D-line,
everybody goes.
Yeah, well, when everybody goes, it's usually because someone on the O-line moved, right? But sometimes I guess you can't get them all to bite like that.
Good thing mums aren't asking the defensive line if someone jumped off a bridge, would you follow? Because they'd say yes.
It's what we do.
Ball now up to the 32-yard line after the penalty. LaBerge finds a man open. It's Braun. Moves it ahead. Should move the sticks.
Well, and right now LaBerge and his receivers are showing why they're the Collin Cup champs. Great little swing pass here. Gets the ball out nice and quick, flat to number 80. Who is Jared Braun, who gets it far enough up the field to get the first down and move the sticks one more time.
14-yard pickup for Braun. Done most of his fine work this afternoon, returning kicks and punts. LaBerge now with a handoff to Williams. He goes flying in the air as an orange flag also goes flying.
Well, we got a bunch of guys without helmets out on the field there. Not sure how that happened, but I think that that's going to be part of that flag.
You see number 92, Jace Harden, one of the fellows that lost his headgear.
Yeah.
Williams flying through the air like Superman.
We had number 57 threw one of them to the ground, and as Rhett Williams was jumping over the body, he caught his foot on the helmet and took it right off his head.
Are they waving it off? There's the question. Referees trying to get some clarity. A reminder, this broadcast brought to you by the British Columbia Football Conference. You can watch every game's live stream just like you are right now, or watch it on demand in case maybe you were live, you want to see it again. It's bcfctv.com. Penalty is against the Raiders.
Yeah, and we still got Jace Harden out there doing some repairs to his helmet and trying to get back into the play here.
Coach Bob Reist and company now looking to make a big stand defensively here, as they've done a number of times in the first half. LaBerge from the 35. There's the handoff, and Williams is met before he could go any further.
Well, you pulled it in half there.
Like an accordion.
By big number 55. Tristan Fournier here. Gets through, and they give the draw handoff, and the defender, the blocker pushes Fournier right over to where the runner's going to be.
That was actually a loss of 4 on the play.
Well, now you're looking at 3rd and 29, so we're definitely going to see a punt here, that's for sure, especially with the hang time that these punters have been getting today. It's been beautiful.
If you're a Huskers fan or just a casual BCFC fan, you'd love to see the Huskers get in the end zone just to get themselves a little confidence in the second half here. But a high kick and a good one. Hunchak Deshivo moves the ball ahead up to the 42-yard line. We'll get it eventually.
Deshivo there waits for the bounce, and it kind of bounced a bit weird on him here. So you'll watch a nice big kick again. Great punts today.
It's been very, very good. And not often in a junior game you're talking about the quality of kicking.
No. So it takes a weird bounce on Deshivo, bounces to his left, so he follows it, but he stays to the left. All the defenders have gone over that way. His best bet would have been to use his wheels and come down the right side, the wide side of the field, and I think he could have outrun a lot of those people, the tacklers that are coming after him.
5 of the first 7 plays of the third quarter were in the hands of Keegan Vicklin for the Huskers. Will they continue with that storyline? There's a handoff, finds a little hole, busts it ahead.
That's Vaughn Richardson.
This time it's Vaughn Richardson, though.
Yeah. And a great job on the draw here. Richardson gets the ball, good blocking, gets him some space, and he's got some great patience to find that hole and just move the ball forward. Right away moving the sticks.
Gain of about 11 on the play.
So they leave Vaughn Richardson in, and Keegan Vicklin standing on the sideline with his helmet on, ready to go. But they're going to give Richardson a chance here.
Richardson busts his way through. Richardson down to the 35-yard line.
And Richardson just showed him what he can do. I mean, they leave him in for a couple of plays. Let's see what you can do. And he just showed them. Great job. Tucks that ball away, follows his blocks, gets in the open field, and really, really, really puts a cap on his run here.
17-yard pickup for Richardson, and the Huskers starting to roll. Under 5 minutes to go here, third quarter.
And a great job by McNally Hardesty to get down there and take the legs up underneath.
Got the man open, he catches it, touchdown, Huskers!
And that's what they needed right there. That's what they needed right there. It's number 85, Anthony Dick.
Anthony Dick.
And he's had a good game today, but he's just missed some. He's had some good plays defended on him, and this time he gets open, and Watink drops it right in his lap. That was a great pass catch. Excellent job here. So he fakes the handoff to Richardson, who comes back and blocks for him and gives him time to put that ball up there. And there's Dick. He just gets past Hardesty, McNally Hardesty there far enough to catch that ball and get into the end zone.
Little life for the Huskers, down 31-9 now, trying to add the extra point, make it a 21-point lead. But the offense started to roll thanks to the legs of Keegan Vicklin and Vaughn Richardson, and they'll put it through.
Yeah, this is not necessary here. You know.
So Julian Whitting showing that nice touch that he displayed in college and back in Winnipeg growing up.
Number 53, Sam Henneberry here after the play. Something happens here, and I can't really see what's going on.
Oh, he had hands to the face along with number 7.
Yeah,
the man that was just beaten on the play.
McNally Hardesty. So a little frustration on the McNally Hardesty's part there. Gets upset and pushes Henneberry around, but Henneberry retaliated, and it's usually the retaliation that gets called. Let's see if they just, offsetting here, give them both.
They kind of retaliated on each other.
Yeah.
Both of them had mitts right in the grill.
Yeah, you hate seeing that after the play. I could understand if something's happening during the play, but when after it's done, let it go.
We got young men, fiery tempers on a fiery day, 29 degrees and climbing here in Chilliwack. Opening game for the Huskers and the Raiders in the BCFC season. Reminder, you can follow your Huskers on social media. They're at BCFC_Huskers on Twitter. Like them on Facebook. You can also like VBN Sports on Facebook too. We post lots of videos on there. We've also got a Twitter feed too, VBN Sports. If you're a fan of junior football or community football, you definitely want to follow VBN Sports. The referee now has made their decision. First penalty on the Raiders. Second penalty on the Huskers. Another one on the Raiders. And when they divvy up the cake, it looks like the Raiders are coming in the short end of that.
Yeah, so the kick's going to probably move forward from the 45 to, I'm thinking, right on the center line, 10 yards.
And we've seen Spencer Breslin show a good, strong leg. These referees have been busy today, trying to keep this game under wraps. Huskers back in this, though, when all is said and done, they're done by 3 touchdowns, which,
Yep.
if they can get that Vaughn Richardson train rolling along with Vicklin, I tell you,
well,
we could have a football game here.
Thunder and lightning right there, man. Thunder and lightning.
Good shot of the defender, Desmond Jeanson, ranked 39 on the top 50 list. 3 interceptions in his rookie year last year.
So number 7, McNally Hardesty, is being actually escorted off the field. I'm not sure because you got a couple of penalties there. I think both were on him, and they're both majors that he's going to spend the rest of the day in civvies.
Well, I think he took the first shot, then it was retaliated on, then he took another shot, and
yeah.
I mean, the solace he can take, I guess, is looking at the scoreboard, although I'm sure the coach is are trying to help these young men learn the game and learn to play it the proper way, and won't be pleased with that.
Well, and here's the thing. McNally Hardesty's been having a great game, and now he's out of the game, right? I think he had some beautiful knockdowns, a couple of great tackles. He's been a real catalyst for this Raiders team. And so he's getting escorted out of the game, but he's blowing kisses to the fans. I mean, so he's not really taking it seriously, in my opinion, you know.
Well, still 20 minutes to go here in the football game. Just shy of that, 31-10. Here in the third quarter, and a kick from inside the Raiders half. We've seen the speed of Braun, though, and he'll receive it here on the near side. They'll kick a swivel kick instead. Onside kick recovered by the Huskers. A little trickery on a Sunday afternoon. And the bench is fired up.
Beautiful. This is what puts them back in the game. Something like this. And Jeanson here is just ecstatic with himself because this is 100% what they wanted. They line everybody up, they get everybody back deep like they're going to kick it far, and then they just bump it off to the side. The defender turned to the inside, didn't realize that where the ball was, and Jeanson was able to pick it up and not only just get the ball, but get it 15 more yards up the field. Now they're going first and 10 from their 15-yard line. Oh.
Play blown dead before it began. One way of
Timeout.
snuffing out momentum. Timeout.
And timeout gives you a chance to track down that lovely lady in the green drop in the white bucket and get you a 50-50 draw. And you hit the concessions.
I tell you what, as much as we love having you watch the game, BC FC TV, if you can, it's even better to be here. Soak in the atmosphere. You can watch a corn shucking competition at halftime. You can enjoy the delicious chicken fingers and French fries. Lots going on here at the Huskers game. And in fact, they play their first 3 games, I believe, at home.
Yeah, we got a couple of late ones the next 2 weeks. We got 7 p.m. starts.
Both on Saturdays, the 11th and the 18th. Be a good one next week, too, with the crosstown rivals, the Langley Rams paying a visit.
Yeah. That one always draws a lot of people out, especially on a Saturday night.
Well, especially when they bring the former coach of the Raiders, the winningest coach in BCFC history, Matt Snoop Blocker, who was with the Calgary Colts for a few years and kind of turned that program around. It's a shot of some of the people in attendance. I don't see too many chicken fingers and French fries, though they must have eaten them. Here they come now with the ball just inside the 15. Wittink, Vaughn Richardson flanking him. Keegan Vicklin also in the backfield. 2 receivers each side. Big play here. Huskers bringing the pressure. Ball is up. It's intercepted.
Right. Great job there, and I'm trying to get the number, and I think it's number 2.
Was it 42, I believe, for the Raiders, and that would be Ethan Moran.
Ethan Moran went up with Anthony Dick there and just ripped the ball right out of his hand. So great job by Wittink here. Sees his guy, puts the ball up in the air over top, but Moran comes up and just gets possession of that ball.
Did a great job of holding on to it, too.
Yeah. And Dick knows that he should have just smacked that down. He still wanted to try and make a play on it and pull it out of his hands and get that ball. So the second time, trip down into the red zone, ends up with a pick and go back on the 20.
If you look at it glass half full, they would have been kicking the ball. They made the trick play, though, so now the Raiders are going to start out from deep in their own territory.
True enough.
Up at the 15. Flags fly before the play began. Referees will now confer. Good energy in the crowd, though, when that play happened. I mean,
A procedure call.
now procedure against the Raiders. That's going to drop the ball back over to the 10-yard line. Huskers defense now perhaps licking their chops, trying to get in the backfield and create some chaos, and
We got the
sack or a fumble would go wonders in that direction.
center there wasn't happy about that call. He said he closed his hand and that it counted as a procedure.
LeBurge now in the offense. Deep in their own zone, the Huskers bring the heat, and the fire gets higher. As they'll drop the back in the backfield. Rhett Williams nowhere to run.
Number 52,
Well,
James Moore.
they
Here's all the ball winner. Come on.
they lined up with the intention that the ball was going to Rhett Williams, and they weren't wrong. And number 52, he was spying him the whole way. James Moore gets in there, wraps him up, and tears him down.
Pickup of 2 for Williams, who's been a thorn in the side of the Huskers defense so far today.
Yeah, guaranteed the end on the other side had the same task as the end on this side was watch Williams.
Now LaBerge clears out the backfield, heading to the air. Gets the pressure, and he's dropped in the end zone. They showed blitz, and they brought it. Number 26, Daniel Mills, the former University of Saskatchewan Husky.
And the Bears got hit hard. He is half crawling, half stumbling off the field here. So you watch the replay here, and they bring the heat on either side, but no one picks up Mills, and Mills just wraps him around the shoulders and drives him over backwards. And the Bears is made it off to the sideline, but he drops to the ground right away. I hope he's okay. I hate seeing any of these young men get hurt, but he did not see Mills coming. They picked up everybody else on the blitz except for Mills.
Brings the ball back to the 2-yard line, and so they brought the heat twice, and the Huskers defense delivered. Now late in this third quarter, feeling a little bit of energy are the Huskers. DeShivo now waiting for the ball back at about the 45-yard line.
That's where you call a fake punt.
Doug Hawking is an old hand. He's got a few tricks in his book. He's going to instead drop down and take the 2.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Now it's 31-12, and the Huskers will get the ball. Doesn't get that final touch, Matt. They've twice now. They've had it to the end zone. It's been intercepted in the end zone. That's a big 14 points right there. We'd have quite the ball game had those gone in. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, though. Won't buy you much.
Yeah. So Remus Teshivo out there is out.
Remy
Teshivo out there talking to the referees and saying, well, where do we get the ball if we just take it? And they get it on the 35. So they're going to take the ball on the 35-yard line.
If you're a big fan of the BCFC, a reminder that you can catch the BCFC report on TSN radio during each and every BC Lions home game, or every broadcast, pardon me. New feature the league has started up this year to generate a little more interest with football fans across this province. There's the handoff now. Vaughn Richardson trying to cut outside. Raiders so close that up quickly. Then a late flag on the play. Didn't look like he had much of a gain, maybe a yard or two. We'll see though of maybe unnecessary roughness in the end, or a holding penalty on the Huskers.
There's a slow developing play. Richardson gets over there, but he's getting slow. Like the blockers are getting pushed back, so he's not getting forward. Finally, he just drives it in himself and tries to get forward. Not sure where the penalty is going to come from here.
Might have been on the Huskers on the far side, falling down on a blocker. They're talking over with the Raiders, so I have a feeling it is on the Huskers.
Yeah, it is on the Huskers, so it's going to go back. It'll be 1st and 25 for the Huskers, sorry.
Marched all the way back to the 21-yard line. You can hear the large contingent from Nanaimo up here cheering for their hometown Raiders.
Yep.
Some of the best fans in the BCFC. Why not 9 championships in 13 years?
Well, and it's nice that, when you get in the BCFC here, you get kids from all over the place, play everywhere. And I know there's 2 players on the Raiders team that are ex-Chilliwack Giants. So they're playing in front of their home crowd right now.
Run by Keegan Vicklin, and that will bring out the punt team.
Yeah. I mean, he just didn't get enough on that run there to even make it worth considering a third down, considering it's still it was third and about 20 yards right now.
So the defense came up big last time. They'll be asked to do it once again, picking up the safety. And more importantly, I think if you're a Raiders fan, you wonder about the health of Mr. LaBerge. He's managed a very solid game today.
Well, he's played excellent. He's had some really good passes. His handoffs are phenomenal. He runs when he needs to. I don't see him standing on the sideline. No.
Remy DeChevo down. It looks like just a cramp, though.
Yeah. Hot day like today. He's been on the field a lot. He does a lot of special teams as well as the offense. And he's probably not drinking enough water out there.
Good news is, though, he is on offense, and so missing a few plays aren't going to hurt the Huskers unless they can turn the ball over right away.
Yeah, and he's up and walking already. Kind of holding his hamstring calf. Saying, yeah, maybe water would have been a better idea this morning.
So the last three Huskers offensive plays, except for this one, resulted in big plays, 2 interceptions and 1 touchdown.
Yeah, and a safety.
And then the safety when the Raiders had the ball, and the Raiders will get the ball back, barring a fumble or another trick play.
Mm-hmm.
Breslin's shown he's got a good boot, and he will kick this ball from the 10-yard line. Lets it go, and a nice high soaring kick will come down at about the 52 and then make its way out of bounds at about the 48-yard line, depending on the spot.
Well, you definitely wanted to take the ball out of Jared Braun's hands, who's had some really good returns today, but still get it as far down the field as you could. I think he does a great job here. Gets it down the field, bounces it out of bounds. Perfect.
Another great wide shot there. You get a good image of the amount of people in the stands here. And the beautiful vista we get to see from our vantage point here high above Exhibition Stadium. I'm sure that's a big selling point for some of these players, especially from the prairies, getting to see those mountains each and every day they practice.
Yeah.
LaBerge back in there, throws the pass, and it will go in and out of the hands of
Hugh Rainey.
15, Hugh Rainey, also known as North Rainey.
Yeah, he gets up there, he gets the ball. I don't know, I think he tried to put it away before he had it firmly in his hands. He brings it down. Yeah, he kind of bounced it a bit, trying to bring it in and tuck it away. You gotta make sure you catch it before you do anything else with it.
Second pass that LaBerge has attempted here in the third quarter. He'll step back, feels the heat. Jacob LaBerge now, it's the flag fly. I think it's going to be holding on the Huskers.
I think so too, yeah.
LaBerge is dropped down. Good pressure by this defensive line of the Huskers again to...
Yeah.
And the defensive backs did a great job of not giving LaBerge anything to throw down to.
Well, and you know, like now it's aside from 4 plays, it's been a really good game for the defense here. And unfortunately, those 4 plays, 3 of them have accounted for majors, right? So,
James Moore, the man that provided the initial pressure that flushed LaBerge out of the pocket. 31-12.
And 49, Dawson Davis comes in to clean it up.
Davis has been a beast on the defensive side. And yes, the flag comes up.
I told you you'd be watching him today, right? When we're in the car driving here today. I told you.
Next up, you can pick my lottery ticket numbers.
Oh, there was no luck involved in that one.
They're marching the ball against the Huskers on the play, so it was not a hold.
Oh. What do they say? Hands to the face, I guess, eh?
It's a good break there for the Raiders. Ball on the 53-yard line. Receivers in motion to the near side, and that's where he'll go. He's got West open, and he catches it, but then he drops it. What a great defensive play by the Huskers.
I don't know about dropping that. I think that's number 13, Jordan Ferry, came in there with the hammer and knocked it right out of his hands. Here comes. A great job by the quarterback here to step back and just unleash this ball. And you get number 83.
I thought it was West. It's actually Nelms Horton.
Nelms Horton, and he's bringing that ball in, and then Perry comes down and just hammers it out of his hands. Great play by the defense to make sure that there was nothing there. Oh, we're switching sides now.
So the end of the third quarter, and it's a 31-12 lead. If you are a glass half full kind of person, Huskers have put up some points here in this third quarter. Really have outscored the Raiders in the third quarter, and they'll try to build on that to start the fourth, but they'll need the ball back in the hands of the offense here. An offense has had its chances, but once again, turnovers have reared their ugly head. LeBurge now drops back, and he is wrapped up and taken down at the 48-yard line. Another sack for the Huskers.
Same one who got it last time. Number 26, Daniel Mills. Comes flying in there, untouched. He drops back, and here comes Mills, wraps him up, pulls him down.
That's some good play calling there, recognizing that Mills could get a jump on it.
Well, when they're changing sides here, they called in one of the defenders, and the defensive back coach spoke with him quickly, and he nods and runs back out on the field, and then that happens. I'm going to think that guy saw something. Maybe you should get him to buy your lottery tickets.
Mills now with back-to-back sacks for the Huskers, who should get the ball back here, and he's got to run with it. He's trying to throw, and it's intercepted. Huskers will take the ball at the 46-yard line.
Number 53, Sam Henneberry here with just great vision. So the punter gets the ball. It's way high over his head. He's not going to get time to punt it, so he runs. And he thinks, okay, I'm just going to toss it down and get it down the field a bit. But Henneberry was able to read that, jump underneath it, and take off before he was wrapped up and pulled out of bounds. Number 36, Sean Murray on the tackle.
So after a shaky second quarter, the Huskers starting to put a few of the gears together here. Still just under 14 minutes to go. Penalty, though, against the Huskers. That was that before the interception.
It looks like
Coach
it.
Bob Arist is absolutely infuriated on the sideline. Now Huskers get the ball. They will start out on the 49-yard line. There's a throw and a catch and a spin move, and he'll bust it ahead up to the 53-yard line.
I'm not sure what the penalty was there, but it marched it back 15 yards. They made most of it back up in one play there. So it shows the Huskers aren't going to let a little bit of adversity get in their way here. Great job. And it's number 6, Daniel Mills on the with the catch there.
So Daniel Mills really feeling it now. They put him on offense, utilizing a guy that was the 2014 BCFC Defensive Player of the Year with the Huskers before moving on to the University of Saskatchewan Huskies. Woodtink now will hold himself, busts ahead, he's found a hole. And a nice slide there will pick up the first down and then some. Ball to the 38.
Read option. I don't know if the option was for him to run, but he saw the hole there and he took it. He read that quite well. He has the tail comes across and he sees the hole open up and knows that he's got enough for a first down there.
He got 15 yards on the quarterback keep.
Beautiful play. Great vision of the field.
Keegan Vicklin now trying to find a seam in the hole, but that one's sewn up by the Raiders front four.
Well, and Vicklin, he starts to go to the right and he sees the hole close, so he cuts back to the left and then that hole closes too. And he really had nowhere else to go, but he picks up a few yards here. Great job, sees the defender, cuts back, and it's big number 90 in the middle again. Garrett Beardy, he's been there quite a few times.
Ball on the 38-yard lines where they'll spot it now. A big second down here for the Huskers. 2nd and 8, and the crowd urging on the home team. Woodtake will set up. He's got some time. He's got the man. And it's caught!
Big catch.
The 18-yard line, and number 17, Jacob Penner.
Jacob Penner, one more time. He's had 3. That's his 3rd big catch of the day here, and he's quite excited about this. I mean, when Tig sees him, he's reading him the whole way, and he's like, "Yeah, that's going to be for you right there." Defender doesn't look back until it's far, far too late, and Penner takes it all the way to the ground.
So it is a 20-yard pickup on the pass and catch by Penner. Fakes the handoff, moves it ahead, slicing his way up the far hash mark. Number 21, Remy Teshivo.
Remy's wincing and playing there. I think that he might have got a bit of a Charlie horse and not just a cramp like we thought earlier. But a great read here, draws the defender down, and Remy's wide open to move that ball. Just about enough for a first down.
Yeah, it was 12 yards, and now they're 1st and goal from the 6. This crowd energizes. Woodtake in the gun, receivers in motion. It's going to go to the air. He's got the man, and it's slapped out of his hands.
Yeah, and he's
Vaughn Richardson, or pardon me, number
13.
83.
83. Stokes, Nathan Stokes.
Nathan Stokes. Little wrinkle can make the numbers appear different than they are.
Yep.
Good job by the offensive line again of allowing him the time to quickly glance downfield. And you have to think the Huskers are in 3-down territory right now.
Oh, for sure, 100%. 100%. You got 10 minutes left in the 4th quarter, and you're down by, 19 points here. Yeah, you need.
Vaughn Richardson now provides some pressure, throws it up. He's got the man open. Touchdown, Huskers! Number 85, Anthony Dick.
Yeah, big smiles at Anthony Dick. I mean, he got beaten for an interception down at this end earlier in the game, and now he goes back and he reaches up over top. Great vertical here. They goes up over top of the defender and takes that ball. That's all mine. He holds on to that.
Well, he's been targeted a number of times, and this time he came through, and now it's 31-18 with the point after attempt. And all of a sudden, we've got a football game.
Well, it's like you said, that 2nd quarter was really, really bad for the Huskers, and they're looking to make up for it in the 4th here.
Really looks like the offensive line found its rhythm, opened up some holes for the defender. Little movement early on. Kick goes through. We'll see, though, if it will stand. Which gunslinger drew first?
Well, the O-line's coming off, so it looks like it's going to stand.
So 31-19 now the score.
Wow, it's getting warm out, eh?
It's getting warm under the collars of both coaches, too.
Yeah, I bet you it is.
There we go. So we got ourselves a 12 point.
Well, you know, we talk about the heat up here. It's always 5 degrees warmer down on that field and that turf, let me tell you.
Just like to say a quick thank you, if you're watching this on the replay, to Trevor, one of the trainers for the Huskers, who was kind enough to bring us some water up here to keep us refreshed.
He's a good man.
One of the new faces, at least to my knowledge, that are helping out the Huskers off the field.
Well, they got to keep us conscious if they want to say good things about him, right?
Now the fans getting into it. This next set of downs is going to be absolutely massive.
Huge. Huge. Yeah, if the Huskers can get the ball back here nice and quick and put some points on the board, it's going to be a nail biter going out, that's for sure.
So Anthony Dick with back-to-back touchdowns for the Huskers. 31-19 the score, 10.5 minutes still to go here in the 4th quarter. Huskers taking on the defending Cullen Cup champs. They will face the Kamloops Broncos next Saturday in their home opener.
Who the Raiders will?
Breslin will kick off and a swivel kick. This time it's caught and then Jeanson drops him. And the Raiders do not like the force of that tackle on number 18, Alex Bonnetplume.
Well, it looks like after something happened here, and Jeanson's now laying on his back, and he looks injured.
They can ill afford to have number 1 sitting on the sidelines instead of where he belongs on the field.
And it's a good idea here, a little chip shot to get the onside kick and get the ball back right away. And then they get hit. And Jeanson wraps him up. Now it's Mills that makes the hit, and Jeanson goes to get up. And he kind of gets pushed around there. I don't really see anything that would have caused him to flop on the ground the way he did.
Hope you're enjoying this broadcast, brought to you by the British Columbia Football Conference. You can watch every game's live stream or on demand, BCAFCTV.com. If you can't be here next Saturday, 7 o'clock when the Langley Rams come to visit, make sure you tune in with Matt Macri and myself. So Jeanson, he's a tough customer. He's back on the sidelines getting a drink of water. Raiders will go to work from the 45. 12-point game. LeBurge, receivers in motion. Looking to go to the air, but lots of coverage downfield. He'll jump the route. Interception, Huskers, and it's pandemonium at Exhibition Stadium.
Well, the defender who caught it gets tackled, rolls to the ground, and he's right back up and into getting the Hugs. We can't tell who it is. Number 13, Jordan Ferry. He's had a great game today. Big defensive plays. Now this interception, and here we go. LeBurge drops back. He sees the guy. There's some pressure coming in. Steps up in the pocket, sees his man and throws it. But Ferry just jumps underneath it, and off he goes to the races. And he's ecstatic.
So 2 straight interceptions against LeBurge, and Whittick maybe feeling a little better about his game now. He'll go to work, drops back, surveys the land, and throws it deep, and it's caught! Anthony Dick! Lady of Momentum smiling on the Huskers right now.
Yeah. Anthony Dick goes up and gets that ball one more time. I mean, he got beat on one earlier. He missed a couple earlier, but not in this fourth quarter where it matters. He is hauling them in like a Hoover. Great job. Boxes out the defender. Both hands on the ball. Catches it at the top point. Brings it in. Textbook.
Massive reception now. Whitting gives the hand off to Vicklin as the C's open up. And he'll squeeze that ahead up to about the 19-yard line.
I think he's going to be right on the 20, and he's going to be short of the first down by a yard. But that's okay. They've got momentum going right now. They've got the fire in their belly. They smell it here. And the Huskers fans are ecstatic. Bells are ringing. People are cheering. They are ready to go.
Vaughn Richardson behind Whitting in motion.
All right,
Give ahead, and that time they will keep it with Whitting.
I think everybody in the stadium was faked out except Whitting. I didn't know who had the ball there.
Some good play action there.
Remy comes across, and then Whitting just pulls it in and takes off, picks up the first down. Maybe a little bit more before he gets wrapped up and driven to the ground by Purdy.
Ball on the 18th, that'd be a 2-yard pickup. More importantly, they moved the chains, 8-12 remaining here in the fourth quarter, and a 31-19 deficit. Huskers with Whitting, the crowd urging him on. Keeglin, the lone man on the back. 3 receivers to the far side, hand off to Vicklin. Sneaks through the hole, moves it ahead, a nice run by Keegan Vicklin.
And I think he might have another first down here. Vicklin did a great job of following his blocks and getting underneath, getting in the hole, and just driving forward. And it's going to be second and about 1. And now the Raiders coach is going to call a timeout and try and slow things down a bit here. Quiet down the crowd, slow things down, take the momentum out of the hands of the
Back-to-back 9-yard runs for Keegan Vickland.
6, 1, 4, 8.
Oh, is it an injury? It looks like.
The Huskers now threatening again. The last 2 times they've been in pouncing position, they've gone to Anthony Dick. Will he get the hat trick?
Oh, you got to go with what works.
Tell you what, though, the way this running game is going with Vaughn Richardson and Keegan Vickland.
Well, you know, and that's the thing is that you got a really good running game that you're setting it up with, and it's the rope-a-dope. Run, pass, right? And now would be a good time. Maybe one more run here. What do we got? 2 for 2. Second down for 2 yards.
The loudest this building's been in a couple of years is the Huskers. 2nd and 1 from the 10. Woodtink showing gun as the Huskers on the sidelines try to quiet down the crowd. Woodtink stays in the gun, throws it, double coverage, puts it up and he's got it!
Oh my goodness, he brought it in!
Number 85, Anthony Dick with his 3rd straight touchdown. From Manitoba with love, the Huskers are back in this game.
Woodtink here puts that ball up and says, Anthony, go get that. Go get that, Anthony. High point, brings it in, fights him off, takes it to the ground, and that's nothing but net. Great job.
Double coverage on Dick, and I was wondering.
Yeah, I was wondering. I thought he was going to go over Stokes. 83 was a little open, just a bit off to the side there. And I thought with the 2 defenders converging on Dick, I figured that he would go over to Stokes.
It's now 31-26, Mr. Matt Macri. The Huskers have outscored the Raiders 23-7 in this second half.
Yep, and you know, they just need that ball back. They got 7.5 minutes. Play some defense, get that ball back.
Now LaBerge has been roughed up in this 3rd quarter and 4th quarter, and he's thrown 2 straight interceptions. I think this set of downs is going to be key for him. Can he settle himself down, use that veteran presence to move his crowd ahead, and the crowd wants to make things difficult on him by bringing up the noise.
They had the wrong score up on the score clock. It's at 31-24, and they just corrected it now, and the crowd went nuts. They just need a touchdown, and they can get out of this with their first W of the year, of the last 2 years, I think. 3 years. Oh, this is huge. This is huge for the Huskers right now. I'm not sure if I do the onside kick. You got too much time left for that. Let your defense know.
Oh, and it's a squibble, and he's going to have to pounce on it, and there's the flags, and good intentions go awry on that play. And
no, you need to let your defense play football too, right?
Well, they've done such a good job as of late.
They have, but the offense has been on the field for the majority of the game so far here. I mean, they had an interception. So luckily,
kind of squibbled on him.
Yeah.
He kicked it off the side of his foot like a soccer player would, instead of catching it more the top of the foot.
And here you're giving up the ball way deep. The offense has been on the field for most of the 4th quarter here. They need to get some water. They need a break.
From the 51-yard line, inside the Huskers half, Raiders LaBerge under center. Takes the handoff, gives it to Rhett Williams, barrels his way ahead. And all else fails, get it in the hands of number 24.
Well, and he could hammer that ball up the field all day long. I mean, he picked up, 4 yards, almost 5 yards there. You know, and he's run just excellent today. Just excellent.
Well, it looks like a pickup of 4 on the play. That'll move the ball down to the 42-yard line.
Oh, you got
Did they bring the heat again, Matt? Here's the question. With Mills, they show blitz, throw it over the middle, and that one underthrown As LaBerge could hear the footsteps converging.
Yeah. Yeah, and they really needed to do that because they don't want a field goal here.
Jacob LaBerge on his last 5 attempts. He has gone incomplete on 3 and interceptions on 2.
Ooh.
The Raiders pivot in his 3rd year has gone ice cold when his team needed them to warm up a little bit.
Well, and this is a great thing to see from this Husker teams. They believe when they came out in the second half that they were still in this game. They believed, and they're making that belief come true right now.
Here's the punt. It's blocked! The Huskers have blocked it! And it's scooped up and down he goes. Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Wow, that is unbelievable. Unbelievable. He comes firing through here, blocks that punt. We gotta get a number on this one here.
It's the man in the middle,
53.
number 53.
Sam Henneberry, number 53, blocks that punt. And now he gets the ball back, and the Huskers have a chance to take the lead here.
Ball at the 44-yard line for the Huskers. Whittink now been eaten up. Anthony Dick's been his favorite target, and he'll go to the air. And he was looking for Remy Teshivo, but throws it behind him.
I think there's a little miscommunication on that one. Teshivo went left, and Whittink threw right. So I think
5:49, and the clock starts running. That's all that's left here in regulation. It's been a barn burner of a game here at Exhibition Stadium in a countryside littered with barns. Whittink looks, throws it over the middle, and he's got it complete.
for a first down.
Number 83.
Nathan Stokes. Big catch, moves the sticks, or does it?
Maybe just short, and it is first down.
Sticks, yeah.
10 yards, so that'll move it.
Great job by Stokes here.
Down to the 32-yard line. Hand off, and Vaughn Richardson bowls his way ahead before he's dropped down.
Well, you know, this game started, and the Huskers came out and they were playing hard, offense and defense in the first quarter. Made a couple misses, made a couple mistakes. The defense, the Raiders came out and then really started to put the boots to them in the second quarter. Went into the half with a huge lead, a 31-3 lead, or no, what was it, 24-3 lead. And then they come out in the beginning of the second half and score right away, 2 plays in. And I'm thinking this is the same as last year with the Huskers. But no, this is a different Huskers team. This team came to play football today, and they're not giving up until the last whistle goes. Oh.
Whittink throws it up, and the receiver went for it, and Bob Reist has got...
He's losing it over there.
The referees throws the headset on the turf.
Oh, and that was, you know... The receiver went up for the ball there. Now, let's be honest, the ball wasn't anywhere near him, but...
Got a good shot here on the replay, and the ball up and then taken down in a rough ride for number 17, Penner.
Yeah. He went up high, and then really the defender didn't do much, but just came underneath him, and I don't think it was with the intent to send him cartwheeling. It just... a bang, bang play.
Now 3rd and 5, do you go for the 3 points and pull it to within a 2-point game here? Get the...
No.
You can't say guaranteed points, but...
I wouldn't. Not with
the offense on the ground.
Not with the way this team's been playing. They got some fire in their belly here. You got all kinds of options. You got Keegan Vicklin out there. You got Anthony Dick out there. You got Nathan Stokes out there. They've all been playmakers today.
Dick will line up to the near side.
And would take
it over the middle, and Keegan Vicklin's got it.
Yeah. And he gets a first down. I didn't even finish naming all the playmakers out there. They made a play. Go figure. Whittink is the field marshal out there for this Huskers team. that's just lifting the roof off this building.
So the stadium has come alive with the Huskers down by 5. 3:33 left to go on the game clock here in regulation. Got the Huskers threatening now with the ball in the 16, but the Raiders have a man down.
The field announcer is getting the fans going, and it turns out there's a Raiders player on the field injured. So there's quite a few Raiders parents that are quite upset at this point. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he saw it. I mean, I know the field announcer. He's not the type to get him going. But
caught up in the moment, I think,
caught
the
up in
first
the
down,
moment.
Unfortunately. But yeah, we hope the member of the Raiders.
Yeah, you know, I've said it earlier. You never like seeing any of these young men get hurt.
Number 26 for the Raiders, and Riley Caillou, who does have an interception today.
Yeah, he's had a really good game, actually, Riley Caillou. He's been around the ball quite a bit, and he's just being helped off the field there.
Ball on the 16 for the Huskers. Biggest drive of the football game, in a game that's had a lot of big drives.
Oh, huge, huge.
Keegan Vicklin, the lone man in the backfield. They'll bring Nathan Desnoyers, the receiver, to the near side far. Penner back on his feet, good to see. Handoff now. Moving the ball ahead, maybe a yard or two. Keeping that clock ticking.
Number 90, Beardy, was slow to get up there, which would have been a big hit for that defense. He's been one of their stars on the defense today. And it looked like he took a couple of knees to the back.
They'll say no gain on the play. Should line it up on the 18. Woodtick down, looks, he throws, he's got the man open!
Stokes!
Nathan Stokes!
Nathan Stokes, he's made some big plays today. None bigger than that one right there. Took a shot after he caught the ball and brought it down to the ground with him. Woodtick sees him right away, puts it on a rope, just a rocket. Stokes goes up and gets it, where he's just hammered by number 29.
So
Jeremy
spot
Chang.
the ball on the, looks like 5.5 yard line. We'll say the 6.
3 shots, 2 minutes and 42 seconds left. This is huge for the Huskers right now. Open the season with a win, get some positivity going. I said it many times last year, this team just needed to eliminate mistakes, come to the field and play 4 hard quarters, and they've done that here today. And now they've got their destinies in their own hands.
First and goal, there's pressure from the Raiders. Fires a bullet! Touchdown, Huskers! Oh my word! Nathan Stokes brings it home!
Very fitting that Nathan Stokes gets this catch, scores this touchdown, and puts them in the lead. Very fitting. He has been the guy today that has made the monster catches when they've needed it, and nothing bigger than this one right now.
Bob Reese is livid. I think he wants them to go for the 2-point convert. Make it a 3-point game.
Yeah.
And now they want the crowd to be quiet. Trying to simmer down this mass as they go for 2 points. So actually, they're going to go for 1.
Yeah, they're only going to go for 1 here.
Kick is up. The kick is good. It is 33-31 Huskers. And this defense will be called upon now to preserve the lead.
Well,
2 minutes, 31 seconds to go in regulation.
Well, and Coach Reese has got his defense out there. Boys, this is it. Everything right now, right here. You've got 2.5 minutes left in this football game. You need to make sure they're 2 and 3 plays and out. 3 plays and out.
Well, right now the Raiders in 3 down territory.
All day long.
Down by 2 points. Now the crowd can get loud, the Huskers sideline says. And here's the kick, and I think they're going to boom that kick down deep.
Oh,
They give the defense some good field position to work with.
yeah, they have to. This is it right here. Get that ball down there.
You've got some great returners. So you see Rainey on the near side. It's a Cheng on the far side.
Yep.
And they will boom it back to Cheng. Actually, bobbles off of Rainey, heads to Cheng. Slips around one, tackle still on his feet. Big run from Cheng. He sees daylight and he's finally dropped down.
Flag way back there at the 20.
51-yard line.
Flag way back at the 20. That ball's coming back. I do believe that's a block in the back, and that ball's going to be way back at the 20-yard line.
Shame for the Raiders if it is, because Cheng with a marvelous return.
Face mask on the Huskers.
So the situation becomes a little more dire for this Huskers defense. 2:19 to go in the clock.
Oh, that's going to move them.
And now we see a member of the Huskers down in some discomfort at center field.
Yeah.
Is it 53?
I think so. That's
Sam Henneberry, who made a big play.
He's made a couple big plays today. I know the Huskers got to be frustrated here because it was a big booming kick and they touched him a bunch of times, but they couldn't take him down. And now to add that face mask penalty on top of that, it puts him down at the 46-yard line. And the Huskers defense has to come up huge here. These are the three biggest plays of their Husker careers right now. And you know, you got some of the best players, best defensive players in the BCJFC. So BCFC.
Huskers bench trying to rile up the troops here as Henneberry's done a marvelous job. Or is that 52 more, I believe? Actually, that was down.
Oh, I thought it was 53, no?
That was more. 52 is now LaBerge in the gun, flanked by two running backs. Receivers in motion on the inside. Looking ahead to the air, and he does. He airs it out. Triple coverage, and it's knocked down and kicked away. Looking for number 15, Hugh Rainey.
Perfect. And I've called his name one other time today, but number 10, Simon Winsness, gets in there and just plays the ball perfectly to make sure there's no way that the, who was it that was catching it? Rainey was going to come down with that ball.
Ball at the 51-yard line, 2nd and 10. Raiders once again. LaBerge steps up, throws it. Interception! Interception, Huskers! And Jeanson on his feet will be pushed out of bounds, and the flags fly at the end.
I'm pretty sure he was already out of bounds when he got shoved. I think he'd already stepped out of bounds and got shoved out of bounds.
3 interceptions in the last 4 pass attempts for LaBerge.
Yeah.
Desmond Jeanson with a massive play. Is credit that defensive line of the Huskers for bringing the heat once again.
Unbelievable, unbelievable, and there wasn't even a player around him. It was like it was passing right to him.
Still time on the clock, and it's going to be up to the big boys up front, and Vickland and Wittink and Vaughn Richardson to make some hay here and keep the ball in play.
Well, and here you got the ball moved back 15 yards. So obviously the penalty was against the Huskers, and they get the ball moved back on them even further. But that's okay. At this time, you just want a couple of first downs and to run out that clock.
Ball on the 45 now for Wittink, who will make his way under center. Hand off now, and nowhere to go, and a good job by the Raiders front four to wrap up Vaughn Richardson.
Number 45, Matthew Hill, gets taken down, so he makes sure he sprawls his body out as big as possible and give Vaughn Richardson nowhere to run, and it worked. He comes down here, he gets blocked out, and he gets a couple of defenders, or the blockers, in front of Richardson as well.
Loss of 2 on the play. 2nd and 12 now with a minute 45 as the clock continues to tick. They need a first down, though, to breathe a little sigh of relief. You've got Anthony Dick, who's been a machine here on the near side handoff.
Oh.
And he stumbles as he tried to make the cut, and was that Remy Teshivo, and it was.
Remy Teshivo. And he came around the corner and he blew a tire. And now they're definitely gonna have to punt here and get that ball down the field. You got a minute and a half. You gotta play defense here, and you gotta slow them down.
Yeah, he just slipped as he was making the cut, and loss of 1 on the play. And so once again, the defense will be asked to hold this Raiders team in check. One play can make the difference despite everything that's happened today. Breslin back to kick this ball. Waiting for it is number 15, the speedster Hugh Rainey. Ranked in the top 15 in the top 50 poll.
They're calling a timeout.
Trying to get all their ducks in a row with 1:09 remaining.
Yeah.
Chatting things over with number 23, Vaughn Richardson.
Yeah.
You have a feeling maybe Vaughn will be one of the players asked to pursue downfield and wrap up Rainey. It's been an exciting finish nonetheless. Now they'll add a few more seconds on the clock. A minute 11 now to go.
Minute 11. You saw the head referee yelling up here to the timekeepers, 1-1-1. So
a minute 11, all that's remaining between jubilation and desperation.
Wow, and this is what separates the winners, is being able to get into this position but stay in this position.
Breslin from the 28 hammers that down. And Rainey wrapped up. He's going nowhere. Dropped down at the 16-yard line. Marvelous play by number 44 of the Huskers, Zach Esau, the long snapper, the former Langley Ram.
So he snaps the ball and he runs down the field and makes the tackle on the kick. Excellent job, Zach. And number 53 got in there to begin with. Henneberry got in there to begin with to mess things up. But it was Rainey that came down, or not Rainey, Esau that came down there and cleaned it all up.
They'll spot the ball at the 22. Under a minute to go. Finds his man. Very close to a first down if it's not.
Big man Hugh, number 83.
And that's the first completion in the last 8 pass attempts.
Nelms Horton there catching the ball. Great job.
Speedster out of Belmont with a big first down for the Raiders. Find themselves down by 2 despite leading for most of this game. And now LaBerge will just throw it away. Well, that's a veteran player right there. He had nothing to go to, so he just threw the ball away. That'll bring up second down. Stops the clock, too, with 41.3 seconds to go.
I think Coach Rice there was yelling that he had stepped over the line of scrimmage before he threw it out of bounds, too, which should have been a flag.
The ball at the 32-yard line. LaBerge with a low snap. Trying to stay on his feet, but he is driven to the turf. They're calling a face, trying to call a face mask. And number 95 for the Huskers, Kai Somerville.
Yeah, and excellent job. Gets after there, gets out there, gets after him, chases him around.
Loss of 2 on the play, and that was the result of a bad snap. We see a member of the Huskers down, and it was Kai Somerville who made the big play. Here we go, 3rd down, 3rd and 10, ball on the
Massive defensive play here.
30-yard line.
And when you get your defense firing,
13 actually.
you get your defense firing this hard, and it's aggressive. This is unbelievable.
All comes down to this one play. LaBerge looks to the sky, he throws it up. Ball is knocked down. Husker ball, 14 seconds to go.
Nelms Horton goes up on that ball, and he makes a really good play on it, but then just gets absolutely hammered by a couple defenders here. I'm trying to get a number.
14 seconds away.
And it's number 13, Jordan Ferry, who's just had a monster second half today. And he makes sure that that ball's hitting the ground, and Nelms Horton isn't catching it.
14 seconds, all that's remaining between something Chilliwack hasn't experienced in 3 years.
Yeah, and they're opening the season against the defending champions, and they're taking a knee for the win right here. This has got to be an amazing feeling. This coaching staff has worked hard to bring this all together. They brought players, they've recruited their butts off, they brought players in. I mean, you gotta give credit where credit's due. We've had some phenomenal plays today from everybody on this Huskers team.
Well, it's funny when they were picking who's going to win. The Chilliwack reporter and one other reporter picked the Huskers to win. Everyone else picked the Raiders.
Yeah.
And the Raiders are looking to make a believer out of you. Or pardon me, the Huskers looking to make a believer out of you. And celebration begins in Chilliwack. It's been long overdue. The Valley Huskers start 2018 with a win.
Congrats to Coach Reese and his coaching staff and all the Husker players. This has been was a phenomenal game to watch.
What a game on both sides of the ball. Anthony Dick, 3 touchdowns.
Nathan
climbed
Stokes.
The ladder for some of those. Stokes with a huge game.
Huge, made big catches when it mattered. The defense was lights out all day long. And Desmond Jeanson, when he had to.
And I tell you what, there are some Huskers alumni watching that maybe have a tear in their eye right now.
Yeah.
It's been long overdue. You look at the Duncan Finches. I'm sure up in heaven, Edward Perrin watches this game and he's cheering with the Angels right now.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful.
Now, well, the crowd take it out of this one. Boy, what a second half by the Huskers. And it started out ominously, a minute and a half in. The Raiders scored a touchdown, Rhett Williams, and we thought the route is on, but we thought wrong. Touchdown passes. First to Dick, second to Dick, third to Dick, and then Nathan Stokes sandwiching a few great defensive plays on the way. And
well, you got the safety, the one safety, and the field goal.
You did see a smile on the former GM Mo's face.
Yeah.
Sitting just below us to our right. If you build it, they will come. Instead, it's if you build it, they will win. Huskers win 33-31 here at Exhibition Stadium. Well, for Matt Macri, I'm Warren Andrews saying thanks for tuning in. Catch it here live if you can. If you can't, we'll be on the air 7 o'clock next Saturday as the Huskers will take on the 0-1 Langley Rams. For all of us at BBN and the British Columbia Football Conference, good night, everyone.
years I've seen a win.
Yeah, well, and they haven't
I've been
won
doing
in
this
6
for
years.
5 years.
It's been 6-7 seasons since they win. And the last one they had, I think, was exhibition.
Well, they went 1-9 4 years ago, but I think it was a default loss, like something happened.
Cameron's played a new legal player.
Oh, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that was nice.
31.
If that doesn't create a little bit of buzz in this town, something's wrong, right?
That'll count. 31-10 at the half.
What, oh, was it 31-10?
I think it was.
No, I think they got the touchdown, the first touchdown. Did it come?